Good morning, everybody. This is Light FM in New York City. That's off Tattoo You. That's Florentine's pick. Good morning, Jim.
What's going on?
I was telling you before the show, that is the last Rolling Stones song I actually liked as far as them putting out newer stuff. And when I mean newer stuff, now we have to go way back to the 80s when that album came out. What year did that come out? 81, 82? Tattoo You, I believe.
I don't know.
I want to say 82. And that was that's when I started tapping out of the Rolling Stones and their new music after Tattoo You. And Waiting on a Friend was the last track on that album I liked.
That was a great way to end the album. 81, that came out.
81. Since then, I haven't really dug a lot of their music, their newer music. Although I was telling you, I was in the car driving to Philly and Undercover of the Night came on. And I went, God damn, this stupid song is catchy.
Undercover Tonight's good. I didn't mind Love Is Strong.
Love Is Strong. You know what? That was a pretty good song, too. Maybe it's not fair to say that Tattoo You was the last album I really enjoyed by the Stones.
I'm trying to remember the other ones. I didn't like the Harlem Shuffle. I think that's a song they got sued for because it was similar to some other song.
What song was similar to?
I don't remember. I don't remember the whole thing.
Wow, we got to look that up.
And there was another one that they got sued for later on. Just Katie Lang, maybe a Katie Lang song.
Katie Lang?
A riff.
Is saying that the Stones ripped her off?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And they actually gave her money or something. They settled, yeah.
I think they give money because they, I think at times it sounds like it's a ripoff, but it was a complete coincidence. But they know they don't have a case, so they have to pay these people off. Like, fuck, they wrote that riff, first, and we didn't know, and our song sounds too much like that, and
they
no
go,
one's gonna believe us.
Send them $150,000.
Exactly.
It's going to cost $400,000 in lawyer fees.
Yeah. I believe that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And then I do believe there are guys going, I don't think anyone knows of this obscure band from India, so we'll just fucking, take this riff. And they hope for the best.
Yeah, like some underground rap artist just did a video, and they used me ranting over it in the middle of it. They just took a clip from my podcast about ranting about corny white people and black people making up these corny slang words, and they put it. Yeah, someone just sent me the video yesterday.
So we got to play that today.
Yeah. I don't know the band. It's called the song's called Funky Dog Shit.
Funky Dog Shit.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And somebody just sent it to me. It's not like they contacted me. Hey, can we use this piece? I didn't even care. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I think we have Funky Dog Shit right here. Florentine's a big star today. I didn't know this.
Let's see if hopefully this guy takes off. This band or whatever.
Let's hear this.
For the riff and get raw with. I grab the mic and get funky as dog shit.
Yo, I'm funky like dog shit. Loopholes beats like a junkie in orbit. Spaced out, twisted king drunk in my fortress. Royalty, ladies say I'm hunky and gorgeous. The beat is raw. Straight from Norwegian fjord. Are we Puerto Ricans or Latino conquistadors? Hip-hop is me, I'm more. Need applause. Always coming out with new styles like sneaker stores. Fresh kicks. You want rappers, then you get spicks. A good combo like Chex Mix and Netflix. Snack time, these rap lines are reckless. Accept this, every sentence is septic. Yeah, heavy tunes on the track. It's like my Goonies attack you with aluminum bats. Martini hit you with the boom in the back.
I guess we have to hear the whole thing to get to the Florentine part.
Yo, I'm funky like dog shit. This canine.
You can go to the middle. I think it's around the middle part.
The guy looks like an out of shape situation from the Jersey Shore.
Funky like dog shit. This canine poo. See what I say I do. You better pay mine too. Ride the beat. Then I blaze right through. When I spray rhymes, you say, hip-hop is the truth, so let's be honest. I was back home in Brooklyn thinking about getting chronic. I heard this loopholes beat.
He's singing into a baseball bat. That's crazy. It's not bad. I don't know hip-hop, but it sounds all right.
We're looking at Sam, because Sam is the...
Yeah, he's the expert. Is that what you're saying?
It's a clean, sweet dustpan. I got the broom. I'm off the floor with you. I pour mixtures of malt liquor, get fucked up, show you we're more sicker. Order beer in tall pitchers like Randy Johnson. This man be chomping, rappers damage when my clan be stomping. I got mad albums that you won't see in stores. My skill and hard work got me European tours. This is from me to yours, boom in the back. You see I do's it like this, and then I do's it like that. Yo, I'm funky like dog shit, this canine poo. See what I say I do, you better pay mine too. Ride the beat, then I blaze right through. When I spray rhymes, you say funky like dog shit, this canine poo. See what I say I do, better pay mine too. Ride the beat, then I blaze right through. When I spray rhymes, you say.
The bottom line with the hip-hop and the black community, look, they're always trying to be cool. You know, as far as white people are, we're kind of corny. So they want to make up their own language because it's like, yeah, no, those white people, they do corny stuff. So we're going to come up with our own stuff, which is fine. I get it. But if you think about it, I mean, these words that they come up with are fucking cornier than anything else.
Yo, I'm funky like this.
Yeah, I don't know how that fits in, but all right, whatever.
They're obviously fans of yours. That's so strange.
I know.
It works. All right. What's the name of this band?
What is it, Sam?
Zeps.
Zeps. It's they're on YouTube. And what's the name of the song? Just Funky Like Dog Shit?
Funky Like Dog Shit is the name.
I like the title, Funky Like Dog
Absolutely.
Shit.
Do you like it, Sam? Zeps, Avenue U, Funky Like Dog Shit on YouTube.
I think it's super cool that, you know, they're fans of Florentine.
You don't like the song itself, huh?
Cool.
You're not committing to the actual song?
No, I like the Florentine's part is dope.
It's so random.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you just pop in like that. That's so strange. Good for them, though.
Yeah.
Kinda
I got
cool.
no problem using that. Yeah.
That's very cool. And it's doing very well on YouTube so far. It's been up there 3 days, and it's got 239 views. So they're doing all right.
It probably just came out.
Well, now we just blew up the video for them, for Zeps. You want them to come in and do it live?
Do you think that?
And then you could do your part live?
I don't know if I can recreate that magic.
You don't know?
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Do you think if Jay-Z did that song, Sam would think it was amazing?
Yeah, of course. Of course he would, yes.
Well, I mean, that'd be like taking a song like a Katy Perry song and me saying, well, if Black Sabbath did it, you would think it was amazing. You'd probably do it differently than that.
But I don't think it's that bad. They're a young hip-hop group just trying to make it. They're fans of Florentine. They obviously spent a lot of money on their video. You could tell that, some production value went behind it, even though they're kind of just on a baseball field in general and a rooftop. Well, I mean, they only have so much money, so they were able to find 2 locations. They decided to film during their Tuesday night softball game, and then the other scene is him probably on the roof of where he lives.
Yes.
Perfect. Because they spent all their money on the cameras and the camera crew. And then he's like, I got this baseball bat. I might as well sing into the baseball bat for a while.
Right.
It's all about the music. You don't.
I hear you.
I'm sure this is on a label. If it is, it's a small label, so it's not like the label's giving $100,000 to go shoot a video.
Yeah, true. So, well, there you go. Florentine's in a hip hop video. It's just so weird and random. It's just like, just pop in there. It's a good rant. I don't know how the two kind of go together.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Just fast forward, this thing has millions of views, and you become a huge hip hop icon.
You'll be funky like dog shit.
I'll be funky like dog shit. I bet my son would like that song.
Did you show it to him yet?
No, I didn't show it.
I know
I try to keep the cursing away from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean he hears it, but
I don't care if my kids hear curses. I really don't. But I do tell them you can't go to school and curse. And we don't allow them to curse. But, my daughter, when she gets frustrated, she'll go, oh, shit. And I just start laughing. I try not to laugh in front of her because then, you know how that works. It encourages them. But, man, I quickly turn away and start laughing. I think it's adorable.
See, my theory is don't even scold them on it, because then they're going to think, oh, it's a bad word, I'm going to do it over and over again. Just let them say it, and it's not going to be a problem, and then they'll stop saying it.
Yeah. So, but I'm not freaked out about that. Freaked out about everything else, but not words. People and their words. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do teach them, you sound stupid if you're just sitting around cursing. It's ridiculous. And your teachers will certainly have a problem with it if you go to school and start cursing.
Yeah, if he's starting to say fucking and that stuff. So if there's any videos that he watches, I'll find a clean version. There's usually a clean version of it, so.
Yeah, I just try to explain it to him, that's all. I don't get freaked out is what I'm saying, I guess. So, how was your Memorial Day weekend, Jim Florentine?
Not good.
It was all right.
A little,
it's kind of overrated.
Yeah, it was a nice weekend, though. Yeah, barbecue on Sunday, did some sets.
I just look at it as a regular weekend with maybe an extra day thrown in.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do. But like people people put a little too much pressure on themselves to enjoy their Memorial Day weekend, and they're running around like lunatics from one barbecue to the next.
Right. They don't know if it's what they should do Friday night, then Saturday. You got to have everything planned Sunday, and then, we have something Monday afternoon.
And what do we get for the grill for Memorial Day? What do we do? Do we do dogs and burgers, or do we get some steak and chicken? I don't know. I don't know what we should do.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. And then
because we needed just basic supplies, and we went to the supermarket, and but that's not too distracting. and the supermarket was a zoo because everyone was freaking out trying to figure out, what to get for the barbecue.
Right.
So, and the whole meat section was completely gone. I'm like, come on, man. I just want to get a couple things.
Did you get your craft beers?
I did.
What's in season now? Because it's Memorial Day.
Well, I'm obsessing with the grapefruit beer, and now people are obsessing alongside with me because they're now tweeting their pictures of them drinking their grapefruit beer.
You sure it's not their girlfriend's hand holding it?
Nope.
We'll see.
And the one company, I forgot the name.
Grapefruit. So what's the beer with the grapefruit in it?
Well, I was about to say I forgot the name of the company, and they were nice enough to give me 4 cases of this. The 16-ounce cans. By the way, beer tastes much better in a bottle than a can. Everyone knows that. Send me the bottles.
If there's grapefruit in it, doesn't matter if it's in a beer or a can.
Well, I will argue that point with you, sir. But can we at least be in agreement that beer tastes way better in a fucking bottle?
Yes.
So if they really cared about me, this grapefruit beer company, they would send bottles. Right, Sam?
All right.
Thank you for agreeing with me finally. Yeah, and you're not a beer drinker.
No.
Do you understand soda tastes better in a bottle than a can? It works for everything.
Always. Get a nice 20-ounce.
So these sons of bitches, they gave me 4 cases of grapefruit beer in cans. What's the name of the beer? Do we have any left?
Yeah, it's like a show.
Oh, there it is. Yes, thank you. I can't even say it because there's the 2 fucking, what are those dots called above the O? Does anyone know? Emulets or something like that?
Yeah, Motorhead, Motley Crue have it above.
Oh, that's right. Motorhead and you're right. So
yes.
What is it? You should know.
I don't know. Motorhead, Motley Crue use it.
What are the 2 dots over the O? What is that? What are they called? And why does Motorhead do that?
Because they're funky.
They're a
like
great
dogs.
band. They don't need the 2 dots over the O. That rant could be in a hip-hop song. I'm thinking.
That's right.
I'm thinking. Because now that's all I'm thinking in my head. I need 30 seconds of ranting, and a hip-hop group is going to grab this shit and make me fucking huge. I actually think it's kind of cool that they
absolutely
took your rant from your podcast. It's called Schofferhofer, I believe. But the 2 dots over the O might make it Schofferhofer, or I don't know. But they gave me 4 cases because they know I talk about their grapefruit beer in cans. And then the staff took half of it before I could bring any of it home.
The staff.
Denny?
Denny and it, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Denny and Eric.
Well, that's staff. I should say part of the staff, I guess.
Yeah.
Part of the staff took my grapefruit beer home before I was able to grab the rest of it. So out of the 4 cases, I got about a case and a half. Denny really took it?
Yeah, he partaked in this.
Really?
He goes, I'll take a case, and then it was gone.
You wouldn't have taken any, Jimmy?
No, but you pour it in a glass.
And then it would taste better?
Yeah, absolutely. Nice beer mug.
I guess I should be appreciative that they sent me free beer. But then again, I promoted the fuck out of their beer by accident. By accident, I did, Sam Roberts.
So how many of those grapefruit beers can you drink in a setting?
Honestly, a lot.
A sitting.
Know why a lot? Because there's no alcohol in them. I'm embarrassed to tell you. It's like 3 point. Like, what's a regular beer these days? I mean, some of these craft beers are up to 8%, right? Yeah, this grapefruit beer is about 3 point.
Why don't you just drink a Mike's Hard Lemonade and get it over with? Just do that.
Those are kind of nice, too.
You want to drink Mike's Hard Lemonade, Florentine? It's not your drink of choice?
No. I never had one.
Did you ever, what about a hard cider?
Yeah,
No.
the ciders are big these days. You don't go
Big,
cider?
Big where?
Here and there. People are drinking their ciders.
Really?
Ciders are big. Tell them. Somebody help me out here. Ciders are big.
Lilith Fair and stuff like that.
I don't know if the Lilith Fair is even happening anymore.
Maybe not.
I think you're dating yourself now.
Like at Oprah reading groups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sam is an idiot. Coke comes in a plastic bottle, not glass.
Not Mexican Coke.
Mexican
Your
Coke
face.
comes in bottles.
En tu cara.
So, to answer your question, that's my go-to beer. but I also like Bud Lime. No, on the Bud Lime even.
B-double-L?
How much fruit? How much fruit do you need in your beer? Can you drink a beer without fruit? Can you drink a Heineken?
I gotta admit, I'm kind of fruity. Kind of like in my alcohol. I mean, I'm kind of fruity.
Just in your alcohol.
It was my birthday over the weekend, so I had everyone else was ordering man drinks. Even, I think my wife even had a man drink. I think she had some called a salty dog or something. And I had something called the Citrus Sea. And it was all crushed up fruit and orange juice and grapefruit and some kind of grapefruit infused vodka. It was delicious. But then my father-in-law has to go, I asked him if they could put an umbrella in that drink.
He did. Good.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
for him.
My father-in-law bust my balls. He's a blue-collar guy from Philly. He doesn't understand.
He wasn't drinking one of those.
Miller Lite.
What did it come in?
He goes, do you have Miller Lite? Like, I have to...
Did it come in like a martini glass, your drink?
It can't... I was happy that the glass wasn't fruity. I've been in situations with my family where I order the fruity drink and then it comes in a fucking fruity display. That's when it gets really embarrassing. This was just in a fucking, like, glass.
Regular glass.
Muggy type of thing. But my father-in-law, like, he's a real man. Like, he doesn't even... Like, if I go to a restaurant, I want to know what kind of craft beers they have, or maybe a wine list, and maybe their drinks, because I'm not a big drinker, but if I do have a drink or two, I kind of want to enjoy it a little bit. I don't want to just drink a stupid Budweiser. I fucking hate Budweiser. There's no reason why you should be drinking just Buds. But my father-in-law, he thinks completely opposite, and he'll just ask immediately, do you have Miller Lite? And they say yes. He goes, done.
Is that what he says?
He doesn't even need to know if they have anything else. I'm done. I'm good. Get me a Miller Lite. And I'm sitting there like, what do you have on tap? And I think it over. Well, what do you have in bottles today? And I think it over. Well, I don't know. Do you have a drink menu?
And is he staring at you as you're doing this?
Oh, yeah, he thinks I'm a goofball with some of this shit.
I'd feel so much pressure. I just go, I'll take a Miller Lite too.
Really?
Yeah, I would do that.
I did that at first, but then I'm like, yeah, you might as well know that I get a little fruity with with my drinks.
I might look at the menu online ahead before I get to the restaurant just so I can reel it off real quick.
Yeah. Well, the famous story, and the listeners beat me up to this day about it, is the Bikini Teeny. That's when it all went wrong. But that's the day I basically had to show my in-laws that I get a little fruity with my drinks. We're in the Outer Banks, and I'm with my father-in-law and my extended family and my brother-in-laws, and they're around the table. Bud, not even Bud, Miller Lite, Miller Lite, Miller Lite, Miller Lite. Even my wife, I think, had a Miller Lite that night. And then I'm like, I'll have the Bikini Teeny. And it came out in full display with an umbrella and everything. And they're looking at me like, what the fuck, dude?
Did you take a beating?
I've taken a beating since. They've never let it go. Like the other night, hey, I asked for an umbrella for that drink.
Of course.
And then my next drink, then I went on. They had so many good fruity drinks in the Outer Banks. I don't even know if I told this part of the story. Maybe I did back in the day. So I started with Bikini Teeny, and then I'm like, but man, that one drink that comes in a shark looks pretty good too. So then they bring out like a ceramic shark, and my drink's in that. And the good news, I get to keep the ceramic shark after I'm done.
You still have it?
No, of course not. And that's the truth. I never brought it home.
Now, what does your wife think? Because she's like a tough Philly chick.
Yeah, she'll scrap.
Does she bust your balls about it too?
No, not anymore. I mean, she thinks it's funny that that my father-in-law busts my balls about it. So, but anyway, that's that.
I'm surprised. I would think that she would.
But what, am I supposed to sit there and go, I'll have a Miller Lite too? Fuck that.
Whatever.
I don't like Miller Lite. I don't like fucking Budweiser. I used to like Michelob. I don't like Heineken. I don't like Heineken Light.
I used to drink Bud in a can when I was a kid. And my friends still drink it. That guy's I'm friends with since first grade. I can't drink Bud in a can.
You know what I like before Budweiser and Bud in a can? I like shitty beers. The old school like Schlitz and Schaefer. Paps, all that. For some, maybe because it just brings me back. Because when you're growing up, you'll drink whatever's around, and you remember we're about the same age. You would go and get the shitty beer because you didn't have a lot of money.
The shittiest beer, absolutely. Get the shitty beer, go to the party, and then
trade it out.
Yeah, put the shitty beer in the refrigerator and drink everybody else's beer. Nobody would touch that shitty beer, and then you'd have the shitty beer at the end of the night.
That was more of a college thing. college parties for me. I'm talking about like, hey man, we're gonna hang out in the woods or behind the school,
Right?
And then you go and get the shitty beer because that's all the money you have, and then you would just sit and drink that, and it was fine. So now every once in a while when I see like a Schaefer or a Schlitz laying around or a Pabst, I'll absolutely drink that stuff. I don't know, something about it.
I remember one time we were on vacation in Ocean City, Maryland. Me and my friends were like 20. We had like 3 cases of like Schlitz Light. And we're on a bus taking us around. We're trying to hit on like these 26-year-olds, and we're like, and we're just saying all this stuff, and they just go, look at the beer you're drinking. You think you guys have any shot? And we're like, what's wrong with Schlitz Light? And when they get off the bus, then we realized years later that's what's wrong with it.
Right?
They weren't fucking 18-year-old girls that will just drink anything. I used to drink Blue Moons. I stopped drinking. I used to drink those.
All right, so I'll add that to the list. So it's this grapefruit beer that I'm not promoting anymore until they fucking send bottles, Sam. Get the word out. I'm not even saying the name with the 2 dots over the O anymore. Bud Lime. I started liking that, even though I hate Budweiser products in general. I really never got into it. I have to add Blue Moon, but I think, isn't Blue Moon a Budweiser product too?
I think so.
So they do all right when they start getting a little fruity with their shit.
They have to, because craft beers are taking over.
So definitely Bud Lime, the grapefruit beer, Bud Lime, the Blue Moon, and then I got into the Shandies. The Shandies, they have like they have a lemon flavored beer.
What? Excuse me, I didn't pick that up.
It's a taste of lemon in there.
A taste of lemon?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. It's the Shandy lemon beer. I might have had a couple of those over the weekend as well. That's not bad, right? They have lemon berry. They got lemon shit. I think they have an orange. And I think they have like I'm not sure if they go lime, but they definitely, I was drinking those, the lemon shit.
Do you have to go to the West Village to pick these up? Is that the only place they sell these?
These beer distributors are all about it there, Jim Florentine.
No, I know. I see them all over.
And they're front and center, too, so I'm not the only one going fucking fruity, all right? I'm not the only one. And that's about it, I think, with beer. No, although now I'm going real local, but Greenport has a really, really good fucking craft beer. I had that after my Citrus C drink that I just told you about. So I didn't order another.
You probably could have a cock in between
to watch my mouth.
Yeah, you probably could have
to clean the palate. Now I kind of get off on it because I have no problem ordering this.
Of course, absolutely. You're comfortable in your own skin. I like that.
Well, now I'm sort of being a dick about it too. I'm like, all right, here we go. But Greenport has, I forgot the name of it, but they have a really, really good craft beer that I like. And a lot of restaurants on Long Island are definitely serving it on tap. So that's it.
I'll always drink the local beer when I'm in town, whatever it is. Yeah, on the tap. Whatever you got.
You'll try it out, right?
Yeah. So just to support. But
so that's not bad.
I drink Heinekens.
I'll do a Heineken light every once in a while if that's the only thing in the house.
The light isn't going to make a difference. It's a difference of like 15 calories.
No. It was
20 calories or something like that. Say you drink 10 Heinekens.
Yeah.
You're drinking a Heineken light, 20, 25 calories. You're saving 240 calories. That's nothing.
But the light for me was never about, keeping my girlish figure. I just like light beer as far as the taste goes better. Like even Coronas, I like Corona Light. Right. I know I'm not keeping the weight off by drinking Corona Light over Corona for the most part, but I always like the taste of light beers better.
Right.
But then I'll go craft beer and that's just full of everything. So, you know what I mean? Do you?
I hear you.
I hear you. Has Opie tried Bud Light Apple? I'm allergic to apples, unfortunately, but supposedly I could
try it then.
What? You want me to have my face explode?
If you're drinking a Bud Light Apple, yes.
Why? That sounds delish.
I want you to break out in hives.
Sounds delish. I'm going to drive you nuts today.
I'm breaking out in hives. You just said delish.
Wait, there it is. Bud Light, lime, apple, margarita with a twist. Florentine, even if I wasn't allergic to apples, I would not do that. That looks embarrassing to carry out of a beer distributor. The Bud Light, lime, apple, margarita with a twist.
See, now I have a theory that if you were single, you weren't married, no kids, you were still out there dating, you would not be drinking all these beers. You would not order one in front of like some new chick that you're taking out. You would just go old school. Yeah, she's like, I'll take I don't know. A Corona. Yeah, I'll take a Corona too. And you would see those.
I don't fold to peer pressure.
No, I don't think on a first date you would order a Bud Light apple with fucking Rita.
Well, how hot is she?
Very hot.
Extremely hot.
You wouldn't go out with anyone that's
and I have
not
a shot.
hot.
And I have a shot if I play my game perfectly.
You're meeting some girl for the first time. Like, let's meet for drinks.
Right. Okay. One slip up and I'm done. This ain't happening.
The first time you meet, hey, we'll meet at a bar. We'll have a drink. All right. Yeah, I got a couple hours.
Right.
You're not ordering a grapefruit beer.
I would probably go, I'll have a Bud.
Yeah.
Keep it very simple.
Simple, because you don't want her prejudging you.
And then if they go, well, we only have Bud Light, is that okay? I'll go, no, that's not okay either. What else do you have? Right?
All right, say she goes, what do you want? She goes, I'll take a Coors Light. Then what do you go? What are you getting?
I'm not going to say I'll have a Coors Light too, because that's kind of, now she's like, ew. So I would go Bud. I'll have a Bud.
All right, but you wouldn't order the grapefruit beer.
I mean, if she's like kind of piggy,
you
I got some room to work with. You know what I mean? Then I'm ordering my fucking grapefruit beer.
But why would you go on a date with a piggy one? You wouldn't go on a date with a piggy one.
You've had some piggies. Who are you kidding?
Yeah, I know, but
piggies can be fun. You know that.
At this point, you weed them out.
True. But I mean, if I have to be on top of my game and one fucking slip and it's over, then of course I'm going Bud. Of course.
See, now, to me, that means you're a comfortable married guy that doesn't care what he drinks. But if you were single, you wouldn't be doing that.
Well, because it's all about getting, the penis in the vagina.
But if you were that comfortable drinking that stuff, if it tasted that good, you go, I don't give a shit. This is what I drink.
Yeah, but if one slip up and, and she's only getting.
So you're not showing your true colors. You're hiding stuff.
Yeah, after I give her a good session and then she's like, wow, he gives good sessions. Then I think I could slip a little bit and go, all right, now you need to know I like a grapefruit beer every once in a while.
Now, what do you consider a good session?
Good session?
Yeah.
You get the job done.
What if it's a girl that like has multiple orgasms and wants to go like 2 or 3 times, one after another?
How old am I?
You're this age.
Oh, boy.
You never know.
Oh, boy.
You always, every guy wants to, most of them want that one. Gets that one big one, rolls over and goes to sleep, and it's good. But you might want to. I want to go all night.
Will she understand? I might need 90 minutes.
Depends if you call Dr. Steve.
I'm not going Dr. Steve.
You might.
I've never had to go Dr. Steve.
You might only need 15 minutes.
I've never had to go Dr. Steve. How about that?
Yeah, well,
all right. But I mean, I'm certainly not doing the same shit I was doing in my late 20s, early 30s.
All right, so let's say a girl goes, oh, let's do it at least 2 times tonight. And it's late.
How much downtime do I get?
Well, how much time do you think you could put in from beginning to end the first one?
Oh, I got moves. You got moves?
30 minutes? 20?
I could, yeah. I could
something
easily.
Brand new?
Well, I don't.
Because brand new, you got to shave like 15 minutes off because it's new.
Well, you're back in the world of brand new, right? So
yeah.
You've seen the difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm not in the world of brand new. So I just live through you. It's different, huh?
Yeah.
Your moves don't work as well.
No, they don't. Just when I thought they did.
You lost a little on your curveball?
Oh my God, yeah.
Really?
I might turn into a knuckleball pitcher because I've lost. I'm going to try to recreate.
You want a couple extra seasons in the big leagues? You might go knuckleball?
Yeah, I have to go knuckleball. I've lost everything else. I'm a long relief guy now.
Maybe you need the Tommy John surgery.
It's not even that. They check my elbow. There's no bone chips. There's no nothing.
So
no ligament damage.
Have you been surprised? Meaning like, wait, these moves worked wonderfully for all these years. And you're like, holy fuck. And are they into some new moves out there?
I don't know yet. I haven't got that far into it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely.
It's a different game.
You got to all of a sudden readjust. Because you got so comfortable doing it one way and doing it this and that, and all of a sudden that's like that doesn't work anymore.
So you might have to join the youngsters and get some steroids.
Absolutely,
it's the steroid era.
It's like I said before, I'm a clean player. I've always been.
You're one of those clean players right on the cusp of the whole game changing.
Exactly.
So what do you do?
I was like, I retired right before McGuire and Sosa started taking roids.
I understand.
So there was no suspicion with me.
Right.
But now I'm back.
Now you're back.
And everybody else is taking them. And it's like, I want to make the roster.
So you're squeezing a couple. Are you at least in Major League Ball, or are you in AAA?
I go back. They shuttle me up. They shuttle me back and forth. I made 3 bus trips back to AAA.
So they bring you up for the weekend?
Yeah, like a Sunday game when they want to rest the starters. It's one of those games where they got another Monday game. They got a long flight.
I always felt so bad for those guys. They get to see, because I guess because of radio, I've been in a whole bunch of markets that have like not a whole bunch, but enough AAA ball, and you see these guys that they come back to AAA ball when they were at Fenway or wherever the fuck. I'm trying to remember. Like when I was in Rochester, I think the major league team was Baltimore, I believe. That I remember more than anything, and you got to know the players, and then they get so excited. Baltimore calls them up, and then on a Tuesday night they're back in kind of a shittier stadium and environment, and I always wondered, that's gotta suck. And they don't fly them back to AAA ball. They throw them on a bus,
probably, but yeah, because they go from riding a bus from city to city to on a plane, a private jet.
Yeah, because if the major league team needs you, they're going to make sure you're nice and rested, and they're not throwing you on a 4 or 5 hour bus ride so that you could play in Camden Yard. Let's say.
They're like, look, I got a first class ticket for you.
Exactly.
Get to the airport in 2 hours. Then you're flying on their private plane.
You think?
Well, the private plane meaning that like say the Houston Astros have a United jet,
right? Like
a 757. That's their jet, so they fly on that from city to city instead of a bus. When Michael Jordan started playing baseball, he actually bought the team a bus.
Yeah,
his own pimped out bus. He's like, you can't be riding on this shit bus.
I saw that 30 for 30.
Yeah.
How long? This is what I thought after that 30 for 30. How long did that bus last? Because they didn't upkeep it, and I guarantee Jordan's not getting the call that really nice bus you gave us, the tranny's gone and this is gone and the stereo system sucks. Jordan's not writing checks to make sure that bus is still nice.
There's no way.
So how many years do you think that lasted before they were back to shitty buses?
Probably a few years. As soon as Jordan left baseball, they probably just got rid of it and sold it or something like that. But yeah, so these guys, and I think the major league players get like $200 or $150 a day just in meal money per diem.
Right.
So that's even great for a guy that's in AAA that gets maybe $20 if anything, or just eats the shitty food that they have at the minor league ballpark or whatever they have laid out.
Mm-hmm.
So $200 a day, even if you're making millions, it's just nice when they hand you cash every day, and you could just go order room service. You're staying in a nice hotel room.
I get way more excited about pocket money.
I love pocket money.
I get so excited. I got one of those Louis C.K. checks that come in every once in a while, and I think it was for, I'm trying to remember exactly. I think it was for $17.80 because the episode I was on aired in Portugal or something. You know the deal. I get so excited to cash those dumb checks. I stack them up a little bit, and next thing you know, the bank teller's telling me $208. Would you like it in large bills? And I just get all excited.
I'm embarrassed to bring them. I'll get.
Oh yeah, that's why I stack them up.
Yeah, because some of them
some are for $2.
Yeah, I still get some from Crank Anchors, some online stuff or whatever like that. It'll be 3 cents.
Oh wow,
some are a penny. I've had I had 16 checks that were just for a penny, and I just kept them in a stack, and then 3 cents, 8 cents.
But you should frame one of those. That's funny.
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's kind of funny.
And then I have 22 of them, and I get $4.78. Well, that's when I bring them back. I don't just all of a sudden run to the bank with those 3 penny checks.
But why do you feel like you got to cash them?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I think if they were for pennies, I think I would rip them up. But as soon as it's over $1, then I would feel like I have to go to the bank. No?
I just figure I just stack them up because you'll get a check, you'll know it's a check, and you're like, all right, this could be a huge one. Sometimes, it could be $1,400, $1,700. You're like, God, fucking nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then you open it up and you just it's almost like playing poker. You do it slide it over real quick to see the card, and then you just see a penny.
Yeah. I will say beautiful a lot, and I do that because Florentine's here. I can't help myself.
So what?
Well, I'm just cutting to the chase because that's what I'll hear later on Twitter. there's something about Florentine when he's in here. I have to say beautiful a lot. Yes, you're right. I'm acknowledging it. I think I've already said it like 6 times.
Look, when I start drinking grapefruit beer, then we know we have a problem.
Have you even tried it?
No.
It's a good summer beer. You got to make sure it's nice and cold.
But I drink Blue Moon for a while, so.
I like Blue Moon, especially on tap. That I like. But I have to add a little extra orange. And at home, I have added actual orange juice to my Blue Moon to really get that orange flavor in there. I have done that, yes. Because I'm thinking, all right.
What kind of juice did you add to it?
Orange juice.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, if you got the fresh orange, because do you drink the Blue Moon with the orange, or you say, fuck, don't give me that fucking orange? Do you even know they put oranges in Blue Moons?
Yes, I do know.
But you say no orange, probably.
I've had it before where oranges have been out and they've been thrown in there.
And you're just like, ugh.
I just stopped doing it when I just realized that bartenders are just, itching their ass and their balls and taking dirty money from strippers, and then they're fucking reaching for an orange to squeeze into my beer when it's 4 deep at the bar. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right. Picking their nose.
Yeah, I'm washing my hands 17 times a day, and then I got no problem with this guy
right.
in a bar fucking fondling my orange. I could just imagine what Vos. I wish Vos would drink, just have a beer, just to say, give me a Corona with a lime, and just watch how crazy he goes. Because he won't even let someone touch the coffee cup. He starts screaming on it before it even go for the lid. Yeah. Don't touch that! I got it.
Yeah, he would lose his fucking mind.
Imagine that.
That's great. You make a very good point. And then they always have the sad fruit at the bars anyway. It's not even fresh fruit. It's that dry orange crap.
I know. They brought it out for the last 3 days, because whatever doesn't go that night, they throw it back in the refrigerator and put it back out.
I don't think I've ever talked about oranges growing up. My mom had to cut corners, and I've told those stories over the years. We had the shitty oranges, too. The ones that had the paper-thin peel.
Oh, so it was tough to peel.
It was almost impossible. It would take chunks of the orange with it, and then inside it was all that white crap. What would you call it? It's not the
semen.
Semen. It's not the meat of the orange. It's all that
Yeah, I know. That stringy shit or whatever. Then it had a bunch of seeds in it.
A ton of seeds. And then my friends at school would get the nice, navel oranges, that bright orange color, and they could just peel the whole thing in one peel. I was jealous of those kids.
And yours, the only way to eat those, you had to cut them in half.
Which ones? The navels?
The shitty ones.
Ours, yeah. Yeah.
Like at home, you'd have to cut them in half and try to eat it half at a time.
I remember me and my brothers, we would just fucking give up half orange. Like, what the fuck? This is too much work. Can't peel it right. There's 100 seeds per slice. All that, whatever that stuff is that you were just saying, that all that stuff you'd kind of take off of it too, so it tastes almost like a navel orange. I remember we would throw a lot of them away. And then my mom, because I don't know if they do this anymore, but you would get a deal on fruit. She would bring home the bruised apples because they were cheaper, and these oranges they kind of were green on the outside. They weren't even fully turned, and when these oranges turned, they would turn yellow, really.
Right.
With a hint of orange, not like those fucking Florida navels. With that softness, remember the softness of the peel?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, we both grew up in big families, so they just bought shit in bulk and brew shit. Yeah, my dad used to go to a store that just had dented cans.
Yeah, we got the dented cans.
Yeah, there was just a little store.
Is that where my mom went for those?
I don't know. Maybe they were in the supermarket, but there was an actual store, a little store where my dad would go and buy all the dented cans.
I don't see dented cans anymore. I think there was a dented cans section, and they didn't give a fuck about the poor people like our family. So it was in I remember now. It all just came back to me. It was in like a big bin. So you had to dig around just to see what they had in the dented can section. And then they sold cans. Do you remember the cans they sold with no labels on them? And it was pretty much potluck.
No, I don't remember that.
She would bring some of those home too.
And you didn't even know what was in it.
No. But I think they were really cheap. I'm sure nowadays there's some other marking on the actual can, so you know what it is. But I remember she would bring cans home, and it would be kind of fun for everybody as we opened them up and went, "Oh wow, beets are in this one."
Like, what would you be excited about that was in it as a kid? There's not too much.
Honestly,
maybe like fruit salad or something like that, possibly.
Yeah, obviously I made up the exciting beats. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Mandarin oranges would excite me if it was
because it was peeled.
I love those Mandarin oranges.
Absolutely. You didn't have to worry about it.
That was a treat in my house. Throw that shit over cottage cheese. That was delish.
Remember, I remember they came out with that No Frills brand.
We had that too.
It was those white, it came in white. So they had cereal, they had everything in No Frills, and most of that shit was awful.
So I think you're the only person I know that also had the No Frills. I don't think I've come across anyone else.
Absolutely, definitely.
It made your cupboard look so sad. Remember,
I know.
You would open up and it was just a
white
wall
it was
of
all
white
and just with a little black label on it, whatever it was, and that was it.
And then their names were, instead of like Frosted Flakes, it was like sugar. They couldn't even use the word flakes, so it was like sugar. Fuck, help me out.
I can't remember, but Lucky Charms or something else.
Right. Right. It was called Irish.
Like the Cheerios were like something oats.
Yeah.
Or some shit. Yeah. And they were terrible. Every brand, they had like a half aisle at the supermarket of No Frills shit. So and you'd be embarrassed to be in there.
So you did No Frills.
Oh yeah. There were 7 of us. My dad, definitely defeated 7 people. He was definitely doing that.
And someone along the way went, okay, there's still people that need No Frills. But why don't we make it look like it blends in with everything else instead of you looking like a complete asshole with your shopping cart filled with white products, white packages, whatever. But so the oranges you're not going to put in the Blue Moon.
I have before,
and I would pour.
But I wouldn't do it in a bar. That's why I went strict to Heineken.
Yeah,
choosing a bottle. Sometimes you get it on tap, but.
See, I run a brewery. We make a grapefruit beer. Oranges come off the tree green. Yeah, I understand that, but I guess if you buy them early, they're cheaper or something. I don't know. Why did my mom bring home green oranges? Everyone else had bright orange oranges. It's in the name, orange. It should be orange.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at the No Frills right now. The can of soda was just called Cola.
Yeah, exactly. All this.
It just said cola on it.
Potted meat food product. Yeah. Sliced carrots, all in just a white label. What else? Trying to remember. I want the cereals. The cereals were ridiculous, and they just didn't taste like.
I didn't know they had No Frills beer too.
Did they?
Yes.
Well, we were too young for that back in the day, I guess. I don't know if we ever had No Frills beer in the house, but we had all this. This is bringing back memories. Wow. Yeah, there you go. Corn flakes. Ready
to
eat cereal. Why do you have to put ready to eat cereal on the box? Don't you assume that cereal is ready to eat? What's wrong with their cereal that they have to add that? All right.
No Frills bacon.
Do they really have that?
Yeah, right there.
What does that taste like, you think? That's got to taste. How do you fuck up bacon, though? I don't think you can fuck up bacon unless you go turkey bacon.
I don't mind turkey bacon.
That's stupid. If you're going to eat bacon, have bacon.
You eat Canadian bacon?
Yes. Not a lot. But if I'm going to eat bacon, I go all in. And I make it extra crispy.
Of course.
Do a couple extra minutes in the microwave. Oh, yeah. Let that shit crumble. Right? Nothing worse than bacon that's undercooked. It's disgusting. We got Jim Florentine here. We got a lot to do, I guess. We got Dan Soder coming in today. We got Adam Carolla coming in. Adam Carolla's got a new book about kids, I think. We just got the book, so unfortunately I did not read this one.
Yeah, Daddy Stopped Talking.
Daddy Stopped Talking and other things my kids want, but won't be getting. What do you think? What are some of the things his kids want, but they're not going to get? I guess that's a great question to ask him, right? It's in the title. I like Adam Carolla.
He's amazing.
We hashed some shit out. We hashed some misunderstandings out. In the end, it was a big, stupid misunderstanding. So hopefully we won't even mention it. We can just move on and just talk about his book and have a good time with him.
This is his 4th book now.
Really?
Yeah.
There was something in there you were saying, and I'm trying to get back to it. It was something about blue moons at the bar. I don't do the fucking oranges. They're picking their nose and scratching their ass and squeezing strippers' tits, and then they're handling your fruit. Said something in there though I want to go with. I can't remember. It'll pop into my brain. And then it was the Vos. I don't know. All right. So your Memorial Day was just basic?
Yeah. Did some shows. Friday night, The Stand, New York City.
Oh, you had to work it.
Well, Friday night I did.
Yeah. All right.
Saturday off, and yeah, and Sunday barbecue, and Monday.
Why do we have
kids?
Why do we have to barbecue on a long weekend like that?
I don't mind it.
What's your go-to on the grill?
Whatever.
Whatever.
I didn't use ketchup though.
Why? That one's stupid. You got to use ketchup.
I don't have to.
But that one's stupid. The other stuff you
It's
talk
not
about
stupid.
and your rants that are now in the middle of hip hop songs, I get all that. The ketchup I'll never get.
I don't need it though.
You kind of do, unless
I've
you get
always been
really
a pretty much plain guy though. Whatever kind of sandwich or whatever like that. Even if I got like a turkey sandwich, I would never get. I'd get like lettuce on it. I hated mayonnaise.
I don't go mayo.
Don't want a tomato on it.
No tomato.
No.
But see, the tomato takes the place of like putting all that the condiments on. So I get a nice, juicy tomato, and that brings it all together. So I don't have to do the mayo or anything else. But the ketchup, I'll never understand with you. That one I don't understand. Were you deprived of ketchup growing up?
No, there was plenty around.
Just never liked it. What do you do with your French fries?
Just eat them.
No, you can't. Just eat 'em. But how do you not dip it in ketchup? I mean, we're all weak in the end. We're weak people. I try to, stay in shape and eat right, but if there's French fries and then there's ketchup, how do you not take the French fry and dip it in the ketchup?
Easy.
Why?
It just doesn't. It never did anything. It's never done too much for me. It doesn't add to the meal. Jonathan Branstein, my manager and Jim's manager,
Right.
who's a world traveler,
Yes.
knows all the nice restaurants. He goes, no, ketchup goes with a hamburger. I'll fight you on that one. And that guy won't even, eat at any shit restaurant. Like he would spit on a Fridays.
But your hamburgers.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Sam. You woke up.
That's horrible.
He'd be out of his mind. He goes crazy with that stuff. But he says, no, ketchup goes with a hamburger. I'll fight you on that.
But that makes the hamburger so dry.
It depends if it's right off the grill, if it's not just laying around.
I go in for a second helping of ketchup on my burgers because I squeeze out.
Yeah, but
I squeeze out too much ketchup on the sides.
You're also holding a grapefruit beer in your other hand, so then it goes together. If you had a third hand, there'd be a cock in it.
You can't.
There would be.
You can't drag in my grapefruit.
Yes, I could.
My grapefruit beer obsession.
When you're saying you're going in,
you can't do that.
Second time for ketchup.
What about pickles?
I've never been a pickle guy. Throw them to the side.
You can't just eat a burger without pickles, without ketchup, without tomatoes. That's just too dry. Even if you get like a sort of a grease, I don't know.
I might cheese. Cheese is fine.
Oh, is
Throw
it?
a slice of cheese on. Yeah, that's all right.
American?
Whatever.
Okay.
White, yellow.
I usually don't go cheese. I'll have cheese, but I don't. That's not my go-to. Nice big slice of tomato and some ketchup. And I'll even maybe put a little ketchup on the plate and dip the burger.
Really?
Yeah, I find that way, then, it doesn't squeeze out the sides.
How old is your son? 5?
He just turned 5.
Does he say, Dad, what are you doing?
No, he understands ketchup.
Yeah, well.
Your son understands ketchup.
He doesn't like it that much. Like if people give it to him, he'll use it, but he doesn't really request it.
So maybe that's in your genes. It's in your DNA. Maybe it's that. If your son's not into it either. Kids love ketchup. They put ketchup on shit that you're like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Trying to think now about, pretty much anything you put in front of them, they ask for the ketchup. Oh yeah, like pasta. Oh, like their mac and cheese. And then they
ketchup on that?
They have ketchup on the side. We're trying to cut down the ketchup because, in the end, it is like a whole bunch of sugar and shit. So that's something I only learned probably 10 years ago, by the way, that there was sugar in ketchup. I
didn't know either.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Okay.
I had no idea.
I was embarrassed to just say that.
Yeah.
I looked at the label one. I don't remember how long, but it was about 10 years ago. I looked at a label and went, this fucking sugar in this?
I'll tell you, the Heinz is by far, when they used to put the Hunt's out or some other brands, there wasn't even it wasn't even close how good Heinz was compared to the other ketchup.
Sam just gave me the look. You gave me the look. And I understand the look, actually.
Don't start this again.
What?
You weren't here for that whole thing? I felt like he was here and that we did it because of him.
We did a ketchup taste test, and it became an entire ordeal.
I was here.
Okay.
Because E-Rock did it, right?
And now they're claiming out there that we do a morning zoo show because we did some stupid throwaway ketchup bit.
Yeah,
They're obsessing about it out there.
It's become notorious.
Yeah,
They're
but
like,
you know what? We saved it. We saved it to the end of the show.
Zoo now?
But that
No,
was at like the 10:30 hour, so it was fine.
It was it was quick. It was the end of the show. It was not a show-defining bit by any stretch.
Well, if you talk to the listeners that, obviously never liked me and just want to hate, that's their jumping off point. That's, say it's a morning zoo show now.
They love the ketchup bit.
The ketchup bit, I'll explain again, was to give a nice big face to Sam Roberts. I don't give a fuck about doing a ketchup bit because it does sound like it would be a morning zoo bit. But Sam was insistent on the fact that Heinz
was better than Hunt's.
Heinz was better than Hunt's, and I said.
And you also said that the America's Choice store brand bullshit was the same thing, too. And I said Heinz is better than Hunt's, and...
This started with Rich Vos.
That's right, you guys were at the barbecue.
I just remember... No, we went to the supermarket. I got a small list from my wife, and the Vosses were coming over with their kid, and like, we need a few things. Could go to the supermarket. I'm like, all right, cool. And she's like, yeah, we need ketchup. It was on the list. So I grabbed the America's Choice. And Vos was the one was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? You do very well for yourself. Why are you grabbing America's Choice? But I found out that it was just as good as any other ketchup. And that's when Sam started laughing at me. And then he's like, fuck no, there's no way it's better than Heinz. And then we pretty much were all in agreement that Hunt sucks a dick. Yeah. But I go, look, I'm telling you, we'll get E-Rock in here. He has a palate. Educated palate. Let's be nice. He's not here to defend himself, so we'll call him an educated palate.
He's eating a lot.
And I said to Sam, I bet everyone in the room that E-Rock will not be able to figure out which ones. How did I say this? Basically, he won't be able to.
He won't be able to.
He won't be able to pick. I guess Heinz is the best ketchup. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
And I forget what happened. What was it?
America's Choice. He said was the best ketchup.
Right, but then we also had to categorize him that he was also well known to be an idiot. So,
no,
so, that's also a factor.
And then I admitted, and it wasn't a morning zoo bit, you assholes. This was a whole discussion that started because Vos saw me grab the America's Choice. I did admit that, there's a whole bunch of America's Choice products that aren't even close to the original. Okay, whatever it would be. But I said with ketchup, I just discovered that it absolutely was close, if not, it was just as good, if not better. And our dumb ketchup taste test proved that. But, he also pointed out that Hunt's, I think he thought Hunt's was America's Choice because he tasted the Hunt's and went, oh my God, this is fucking disgusting. But we all were in agreement that Hunt's was by far the worst. And then America's Choice and Heinz, were very close. That people really couldn't taste the difference. And E-Rock picked America's Choice over Heinz, but barely. That was what happened. Thank you. But it wasn't a morning zoo bit. Like I wrote this up the night before. Hey guys, this is what we're gonna do today.
Yeah, it's not like we teased it. Maybe they did tease into the break.
We might have teased it into the break, I
actually think it was several days in the middle.
Several days.
Yeah, I think it was teased over the course of days.
All right, well, there's a lot of time to fill on the air.
Yeah, that's right.
Why didn't the hip hop group grab your ketchup rant? That would have been wonderful in the middle of that song.
maybe a song isn't about ketchup. That's why.
Could be.
I do think it's cool. It's just it's strange though.
It is. It's completely strange.
I'm like, wait, it's a good rant. This is an all right hip hop song, I guess. I don't know. And then it just in the middle of it, it's you ranting. That's how we started today. That's how we're gonna wrap up the first break. What do you got going on, Florentine?
I'll be on Louis.
Oh, is that this Thursday?
This Thursday.
And it's the season episode.
Season finale,
finale. Whoa. Hearing really good things about your episode. From you. I'm just saying that for the audience.
Oh, for me.
No, and other people actually have come forward. Louis said your episode's really good when he was in here. I mean, Louis,
right.
This season of Louis has been outstanding, but it's only 8 episodes, and the final one is this Thursday, and you're on it.
Yeah.
You're on it big time.
Yeah.
I'm hearing Emmy. I'm hearing possible Emmy nods. At least a nod.
Well, yeah, they submitted it.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, no, that is.
Out of all the episodes this year, he picked yours. The Rappaport one was amazing.
That was great too.
So if he, that's got to be great for you. If he thinks this episode's better than the Rappaport one.
Yeah, I don't know who makes that decision. If it's him, if it's FX or whatever, I don't know.
Probably they work together on that. So that's awesome. So it's Thursday on FX at 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. And you got some gigs, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'll be down in Miami, Baltimore, Lancaster, PA, and Omaha, Nebraska. Just go to jimflorentine.com in June and July.
Great. And you told me before the show you saw a dogfight. I want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
I was talking to Dada 5000 over the weekend.
What?
He's kind of mad at me already.
Why?
Because I didn't get back to him fast enough. He sent out an email address on his Twitter. And then he writes me, he's like, yo, because now we follow each other, so now it's in DM. But he's like, yo, I never received that email. What's up?
Don't piss off Dada.
He's like, what's
5000.
up? But he's got like new shit going on. He's got a triangle.
On his head?
They're fighting in a triangle now.
Why?
Were you here? Oh, you were gone, right?
When?
When we were talking about this Thursday.
No, I was talking about it with you in the ring.
Did you hear about his new thing where now they fight in a triangle in international waters?
No, I don't know anything about a triangle.
I think we're going to try to get him on tomorrow. The Dada 5000.
It's very, very exciting.
Yeah, and I want to talk to Florentine about the movie Dogfight a little bit. The feedback on it was unbelievable. On the interview with Billy Corbin, who was fucking great. I mean, I ran into Norton yesterday. He saw my hog, by the way. That's another story.
Norton did?
Yeah.
What a lucky dude.
He saw my hog.
Was he squinting?
I don't think he's ever seen my hog. I've seen his.
Did you touch it?
He didn't touch it. He whistled.
Did he look like he needed glasses when he looked at it?
I'll be honest. I was a little bummed that I didn't have good presentation because I'm thinking if one of my friends is going to see my hog because they're now going to go and compare it to their own hog, not because it's a sexual thing, you fucking animals. I'm a little bummed that I didn't have the best presentation.
What did he do when he saw it? Did he smile? Did he laugh?
He whistled. He was walking by my my area in the gym. There's literally no one in there. I could tell the story fast instead of teasing it. I'm at the gym yesterday. I run into Norton. It's pretty much me and him because everyone else, normal people, are outside because it's 86 degrees and sunny. And I had a little, we were talking a little bit in the gym, and then he finished before me. And then I went into the locker room, and I'm completely naked at my locker, which I don't like to do. I like to be.
But why are you completely naked? Why didn't you just go?
I was changing out of my really wet underpants, if you need to know, and I have a dry pair in my locker. So I'm standing next to my locker, and I'm naked way more than I usually am because I'm having a stupid fucking fight with my one of my siblings through text message.
You were fighting with your sibling nude?
Completely nude, because that's when it all went down. Like it's not even worth mentioning on the radio. Some just bullshit that in the end is just bullshit.
You drank all of his grapefruit beer.
So this text came in, and I'm fucking mad, and now I forgot that I'm naked, and I'm just going back and forth, like we're just like animals texting back and forth with each other. Fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, all that crap, And all of a sudden, I'm like, I swear, I'm telling the true story. I'm naked, and I'm fucking texting all pissed off. And then I hear a whistle, and I turn, and it's Norton. I'm like, fuck. And he just wanted to make sure that I knew that he saw me naked.
And you had more of a piglet than a hog at that point?
It wasn't like sickly looking, but it's certainly, I would have liked a little prep time if I knew that was going to happen.
Well, look, it shouldn't look that good if you're texting with a sibling and fighting. You shouldn't have an erection.
Fuck, thank you, Florentine. I'm going to tell Norton tomorrow when I ask him how did it look. Cause
that's
now
no excuse, though.
Yeah, to be fair, you should also have pants on.
I told you why I didn't have pants. I was fighting and now I'm so pissed off. I'm not even thinking I'm naked at that point.
So what was Jim's reaction? Was he smiling?
He laughed because he's like,
of course.
He was like, and I'm like, and I just went, fuck. And then as soon as he passed by, I looked down. I'm like, fuck, even more, because there was. No, I mean, it was just whatever.
You're going to hear about that for the next. That's
a long
like
time.
That fruity drink you drank in Outer Banks. You're going to hear it for the next 10 years.
It's like, fuck, really? He finally sees my dick, and it's like not that impressive.
It was tucked up in.
No, it wasn't that bad, but it was just there.
A little button.
Yeah, it was just like fucking there.
One time me and Jim walked into this locker room and we saw this old guy naked. As soon as we walked in, he was packing maybe a quarter an inch.
Yeah.
And it was just all these gray pubic hairs, and you could just see a little button. And we just both started giggling, and we ran back out of the locker room
To laugh
like two
harder.
little kids. Yeah,
Right.
We didn't even look at each other. We just both did the same reaction and just ran back
Were you
out.
in our gym? Because we have one of those guys.
I don't know. This was a while ago, but I just remember that.
He's the guy, for the people that have listened for a while now, he's the guy that gets completely naked, has a horrendous fucking I say he has a horrendous body for the sole reason we're in a gym. You would think your body would start looking like something. But he obviously goes to the gym for much different reasons. And the reason is to go in the locker room, get completely naked, and then as soon as he's completely naked, this black locker room attendant comes over to him and they talk about the NBA. Me and Jimmy have seen this multiple times. That's how it goes down. We've also been in there when the guy's fully clothed and the black guy doesn't even approach him until he's completely naked. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen in a gym. And both those guys are no longer in the locker room, so I wonder if something went down. Maybe someone finally said, "What the fuck is going on with this? This is weird."
Huh.
Yeah. So Jimmy saw my hog yesterday.
Well, I wouldn't call it a hog.
Nah, I wouldn't call it a hog. But I'm glad it didn't look sickly. But I just wish maybe a little more. Maybe 7%. You know what I mean?
It seems
just
like
a
you
little.
wanted someone to see you naked. Because even if you're in the middle of
swear to
testing
God.
in a fight, you're still conscious that you have no clothes on.
You can always just pause a text. Like, oh, that son of a bitch. I'm going to get back to him as soon as I put pants on.
You don't know my family dynamics. How dare you say that?
Well, I've never gotten into a fight with my family nude.
We have no we have no reasonability in my fucking family.
Apparently not.
When it goes down, it goes down. And then a whistle. I'm like, oh, fuck, really? And he was just smiling ear to ear like, I gotcha. I'm like, fuck you.
Were you getting really mad and it was shaking around a little bit?
No, then I start laughing, and then I'm not as mad with the text because I'm like, Jesus, did that really just happen? All right. We got to take a break. Dan Soder's joining the show today, too.
Nice.
Very nice. So you might even be here. And then a little later is Adam Carolla. I don't even know what the fuck we did this first hour, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. Sam, what are we talking about today? What are we missing so far? I know the De Niro thing is good. I know the Josh Duggar thing is good.
Yeah, you got to talk about that.
19 kids and counting. I guess I don't know. There's some shit that went down. And what, they got rid of the show immediately, TLC?
Yeah, apparently there's a scandal as the older brother.
You're going to have to change mics, by the way.
Huh?
They got to fix that. There's a hiss still.
Still not great, huh?
Yeah, you move over there if you're going to do some radio with us today.
Okay, I'll go over there to break. The older brother might have molested some kids when he was young.
Right.
So.
And then a lot of people made it go away, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get into the story. The whole thing is weird because he was 14 when it happened.
And how old were the girls?
12, I think.
What? Aren't they in the same league?
It's kind of a weird story.
I thought he was a little older than that.
I don't know. I think a story I read this morning was 14.
All right, I gotta read up on it a little bit. Oh, hi, Roland. Oh, hi, Roland. I hope this email finds you well. Probably shouldn't be reading this, but whatever.
You just reading Roland's emails?
We understand Opie is a big fan of, not saying the name because you sent the fucking cans. And we handled the PR for, not saying the name because you sent the cans. On behalf of the, not saying the name because you sent the fucking cans. Bottles. Everyone knows beer tastes better in bottles. You don't care that much about me because you sent the cans that have been laying around a while because no one's buying the cans.
If there's grapefruit in the beer, it doesn't matter what it tastes like. It's not going to be better in a bottle or a can. Just suck it up and drink it.
We'd like to send a case or two to the Sirius office for Opie and your staff to enjoy. Oh, see, that's what the staff saw. And staff to enjoy. And that meant Roland and Denny going all in.
And Nagel helping himself.
Well, they're probably thinking there's no way Opie could be this fruity that wants all of this beer. So I'm sure he just wants one or two.
For Opie and the staff to enjoy. Would this be possible? I've included our press release below and look forward to hearing from you. Cheers, Jen. And then it's a whole press release on the beer that I will not name because they sent cans instead of bottles. That's what I do now.
So you don't even appreciate that they sent cans.
Yeah, but we've agreed on a few things this first hour, Mr. Florentine, and
Yes.
one is that beer definitely tastes better in a bottle, right? What beer tastes just as good as in a can as a bottle?
Well, PBR, I don't even think makes it in a bottle.
Yeah, but and we admitted that's a whole different ball game. You're already accepting that it's not a great tasting beer, but there's something about it.
Coors Light tastes better in a can, I think, than a bottle.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Coors Light in a bottle. I'm trying to think.
There is Coors Light bottles. When I see a Coors Light bottle, I'm like, I'd rather in a can. Coors Light works better in a can.
Wow, you just nailed the one beer that I've grown up. I don't remember ever seeing Coors in a bottle. They always accepted their cans a long time ago. Said this is how we're fucking distributing our beer, in a can. Coors was all about that. I don't think I've ever seen it in a bottle. Now I got to think that over. All right, what else, Sammy?
Steve Weisers are good in a can. You ever had a Steve Weiser, Florentine? Steve Weiser?
It's a different Jim today, though. Norton will be back tomorrow, and then I got to discuss him seeing my penis yesterday.
Maybe he had to take the day off because he was laughing too hard.
Thanks.
He needed a day to himself.
Thanks a lot. We got Jim Florentine in studio, and now joining the program, Dan Soder. Good morning, Dan.
What's up, guys?
We just did a lot of radio, and now we got to do it for the people.
Yeah, Jimmy how did Jimmy see your dick?
Well, I was at the gym yesterday.
You guys just blowing each other furiously?
Blowing each other in the steam room. And I was having a blowout with one of my siblings through text messages. This is my deal at the gym, and I'm telling the truth. I don't like getting being naked for too long. Yeah. But I'm doing a lot of that CrossFit training now, and I sweat my ass off, and so I have a nice dry pair of underwear in my locker.
Yeah.
So I usually will be naked as long as it takes to change out my underwear.
But do you do it furiously quick, or do you?
No,
take your
I'm not
time?
like that either. Like, all right, I got to change my underwear. I'm not like in panic mode.
Yeah, but
it's sort of it's sort of like it is what it is. I'm not like, oh, I'm now naked. Why don't I just kind of hang out for a while? Take a stroll around the locker room.
That's what a lot of gym locker rooms are like, though. There's like a lot of old men that just do that. So I don't know.
Old men.
Maybe you're getting to that age where you're just comfortable with the dick hanging out.
How about?
Especially if he's starting to get into CrossFit now.
He's gonna have that confidence, that fucking power clean confidence.
Yeah. So his body's starting to change a little because he's
prouder.
He's throwing a tire, or he's fucking climbing a rope.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So now he's like, I want to show everybody. Look, I'm changing. It's looking good. So that's why he's naked. That's what's going on.
That's what I'm thinking. You were
Without a
probably
doubt.
I'm sitting there going, look, I almost have one of my abs back.
Yeah, he's squatting some guy that weighs 110 pounds instead of the real weight.
Yeah, he's plumped up, taking his underwear off, and he's like, let me show my co-host what's really going on.
Yeah, when he's high-fiving everybody after every rep, then he's, I want to get naked.
Guys, good crossfitting. Yeah. Good crossfitting.
You say it's only the old guys. There's a guy.
Dude, I live across the street from a CrossFit.
There's a guy that was a big star in movies in the 80s, late 80s.
Okay.
He made it into the early 90s still being a big star. This fucking guy likes to be naked in our locker room.
Is it Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah, that's who it is. Oh, yeah.
Black silk underwear. That's
no one's brave enough to tell him he should put his clothes back on.
Does he got a good, decent-sized piece?
Yeah, the guy's fucking packing.
That's why he's naked all the time.
And he's the one that will just walk around like it's,
Yeah. If I had like
But I'm not a panicky Pete, like, naked, clothes back on.
See, that's me.
But I take the proper time to change my underwear out. That's all.
But do you do like underwear off?
Wow! Don't fucking show who it is, you crazy man!
I can't
don't
see it 'cause there's no TV over.
Don't fucking say it!
Don't you say it!
Wait, I told you who it was, Sam.
No, it's my guess. I just know.
Well,
Is
you
that
just
really
guessed
your
it.
guess?
This was my guess because I know he lives around there, and I know he's got a big piece. So
Wait, how do you know he has a big piece?
I just heard over the years.
That's what you keep locked in your library? Let me go through my big dick Rolodex.
That's right.
Who's in the local area? Sam's like a living Tinder.
Not only
he's
has-
just like he knows where big dicks are all the time.
Sam nailed it. Please don't say the name.
I still don't even know who it is.
You know this guy.
He's a fucking stud.
Oh, okay.
Don't put. You can't.
I don't like
you can't
this.
say it. For
Look at
me.
the little. There's the little one. I can't even see that one.
Just get up and look over by Florentine.
Yeah, here you go. Here, over here. Don't say the fucking.
Oh,
don't
really?
Say,
He's got a big piece.
yes.
Oh.
Why wouldn't?
I just don't say it.
Wait, but he's not an action star.
I didn't say action star. I said a big film star. I believe I said from the 80s, late 80s.
I wish you
and he
would
made
say
it
it.
into the 90s. Don't say it right now.
I would love to start.
Let me think it over.
Okay, but I would love to start calling big dick dudes by this guy's last name. Like a real.
Let me think it over.
Like this could be turned into like size queen terminology, where you're like, does he got a?
Because I think we're still trying to figure out why he's as naked as he is.
Because he's got a giant hog.
But that's why I got to think it over.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We're figuring it out.
You got to bring in a big dick special. You got to bring in Metzger to talk about.
We're
the
figuring it
confidence.
out. This would be one of the best podcasts ever. Like just talking about the shit that you see in a locker room.
Yeah.
There's a whole
The gayest podcast ever.
well,
Just talking about a bunch of naked, sweaty dudes.
No, but think about
it's
it.
just weird stuff. We have an Asian guy that dyes everything right in front of everyone. His hair, his eyebrows, and his pubic hair.
What does he dye? What color?
Well, like just for men stuff
Just for men, jet black.
in his pubes.
He is another one that walks around completely naked, and he does have a button penis.
Gray hair on my crotch bring me great dishonor. I come through with a comb. Just standing over the sink.
All right, so then we know the 80s or 90s action stars and Jackie Chan. It's not an Asian guy, so we know it's not him.
This guy absolutely has a button penis with a lot of pubic hair, which makes it even more funny.
And he dyes it.
He dyes everything in front of the mirror in the bathroom part of our locker room, completely naked, and puts that jet black just for men in his hair, his eyebrows, and his pubic hair.
Dude, that's fucking.
And then he sits there waiting for the
5 minutes.
Well, he has to wait the 4 or 5 minutes, and then he walks into the shower to rinse off.
Meanwhile, you
But-
know who's walking around just willy
Don't
nilly
say
naked.
it.
I want to say it so bad. Oh God!
I think we might say it. Just give me a little time.
All right,
Give me a little time.
Yeah,
It's not Ken Jean.
it's the perfect fucking last name
for
for
a
someone
big
with a
piece?
big dick.
It is. It does sound good.
Because it comes out of nowhere, and it would just.
And then I kind of laugh because my
I give a
my
hint?
son is really into one of his old movies, and it's on in the car a lot, and I just sit there laughing.
Do you look at his bulge, like in the movie, like to see if you can see anything? I would.
Honestly, when Sam
He's like, Dad, why are you freeze framing that?
And I
Sam-
want to bring up the movies he's in to be like, you could go.
when
through-
Sam Google imaged him, I started looking at the white shorts he was wearing in that one picture and just laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck did he tuck it?
I'll tell you this.
because
This could be a renaissance in his career. You bring it back up, all of a sudden he gets known for this. He thanks you for launching him back into the stars, talking about his
Maybe
big-
he wants to do that. He probably listens to the show. He knows Opie, and he's like, you know what? If they bring this up on the air, I'll come in. I'll say, yeah, it is, and then I'll talk about my new movie.
like he's in the shower giving it a couple pumps, and then he walks around.
yeah.
I'll give you another piece to the story.
All right.
I said no to him being on this show because I've seen him naked.
Now that's why you got to bring him in and say, why do you want
I
to
know. You're absolutely right. But I was like, oh my God, I see this guy. He's naked like way too much in the locker room.
Yeah. but
Way
that-
more than you're supposed to be naked is what I'm trying to get at here. And then Roland pitched him, and the first thing I thought was like, I've seen him naked too much. He can't be on the show now.
Did the image of him being naked pop into your head immediately when Roland said it?
Yeah, and I started laughing. I just started laughing like an idiot.
Like he was standing there naked in front of you. Like,
Started laughing like an idiot. Like,
it's just so infuriating because I want to say his name. 'cause
wait, go to that. Here, click on the.
I could give a hint.
Oh, that's never mind.
Because it's my own personal. I used to live. There's a town in New Jersey, and I used to live in that town. His last name.
There's really a town called that in New Jersey?
Uh huh. Yep. A little spot.
Little hamlet called Big Dickville.
Yeah, I think some people know what I'm talking about.
You just gave it away.
I don't think so. That guy.
Right, yeah.
I don't think he gave it away because there's so many tiny
There
towns in
is,
New
but-
Jersey.
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away now.
They, oh man, this is
Wow, you did give it away. I thought it was,
someone got it.
Well, obviously someone's going to get it now.
That was not a huge clue.
That's a real. It's the name.
An obscure town in New Jersey.
It's the name.
It's a lot of.
I think that was a good clue. I don't think you gave it up.
I didn't get. Some people got it. People that live in that town go, "Oh, I thought, all right,
We're officially in Big Dick City.
yeah."
We officially live. Let's change the sign out front to fucking massive Hogville.
There's a lot of.
Geraldo Rivera. Jesus.
Yeah, there's no Rivera in New Jersey.
Yeah.
There's a lot of towns in New Jersey named after people from 3 Men and a Baby. It's not that big a deal.
Don't you dare. This is why you're in the corner, Sam.
Sam's a shock jock. Couldn't help himself.
No, there's a lot of people in that movie.
All right, so now we narrowed it down to 3 men.
We're just saying.
Unless it was the baby, I don't know.
The baby grew up to have a big piece. It was supposed to be a lady, but it was a baby boy.
No, it was a baby boy, bouncing baby boy.
So this is your gym where just all
yeah,
this...
but you think...
But it's every gym. That's my point. That's why it would be a kind of a funny podcast to just talk about the weird shit you see in your gym. Like, why does the Asian guy have to be completely naked to put Just for Men on his hair, his eyebrows, and his pubic hair?
A lot of people...
On a weekly basis, too, by the way. How quickly is the gray hair growing in? Or does that Just for Men fade out?
It fades out. I don't know about the pubic hair, but...
He cares about his roots.
His roots,
He dyes them all the way down to the roots.
Look, just like Opie being naked because he's doing that goofy CrossFit shit.
Yeah.
That's guys like to walk around naked to show off their
The progress?
yeah, the progress. Absolutely. They're staring at each other in the mirror constantly, working out, doing all that shit, and then they go in the locker room, go, look at me, look. Where else am I going to show this? And some of it has to do with guys wanting to meet other guys, definitely. But other guys just go, look, I'm fucking look at my abs, look at my tries and buys. What? It doesn't have to.
I explained it, though.
He said he was arguing with it. I know. I've had arguments with my sister. I'm not naked. I go, hold on, let me go put my underwear
when the text
on.
came in, and then I didn't give a fuck about anything else because it got red hot, and then it was like back and forth texting, and then I heard a whistle. Well, just to tell him the whole story, a whistle, and I turn, and it's Jimmy like smiling from ear to ear, like I just caught you naked.
You love that.
You love that.
I love that Jim saw it, drank it in, and then gave a little whistle.
And then I wasn't mad at my sibling anymore because now I'm laughing because it's so stupid and ridiculous.
You know how descriptive he's going to have tomorrow when he comes in about his penis? He's going to know the veins.
Yeah.
How, if one ball's bigger than the other.
You should bring in a
the only
police...
saving grace was I was sideways. But like I said...
Which side, though? The side that it hangs to or the side that it hangs away from? 'Cause we all got our sides. What's your good side?
I have no good side.
I don't either.
I go to the left.
So was he standing on the left?
He was to my right.
So it was going away from him.
Yeah, but
back into the left.
But what you missed was it didn't look like it had the flu. You know when your dick looks like it has the flu?
Yeah.
But it wasn't that impressive. So I admitted it. I'm like, if Norton's going to see my dick finally, I've saw his many times over the years. I was hoping that maybe I had just a little action.
You guys should bring in
not a lot of action, just filled up slightly.
You should bring in a police sketch artist and see if he can accurately describe your penis to the sketch artist.
Maybe he can give you a rain check on it.
Yeah.
And it's a little messy down there right now.
Okay.
A little messy. I try to keep it all nice.
You gotta start dyeing it.
No, I don't mean it in that way.
How about, what if you did that? Because what if you started dyeing yours?
Dyeing your pubes?
With the old Asian businessman. If you guys both went jet black in your pubes.
I might Just for Men, maybe the sideburns or something, but I'm never going to Just for Men my pubic hair.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Right?
That's so weird that he does it consistently. Like his pubes. He does his pubes every week. Because that's bullshit upkeep.
No, I don't think the pubes every week, but his hair and eyebrows once a week.
So you see him brushing in the mirror.
Yeah, I saw it one time him doing the pubes. I only saw the pubes once. So maybe that's more of like a once every couple months type thing.
Caught the monthly pube dye.
Yeah, but the eyebrows and the hair, yes, almost weekly. But he has to do it naked.
Good for him.
It's a great idea for a podcast. What happens at your gym?
But some gyms are it's going to be a lot gayer than other gyms.
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's more weird than like gay. I don't think gay. I think weird. Like, why are you like blow drying your pubic hair at the sink? Can't you just towel that down?
I don't understand that.
He wants people to see it. He wants to show it off.
You'll have guys completely shaved from their ankles all the way up to their fucking neck, naked in front of the window.
Just like these hairless men.
I've seen that. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just naked dudes.
Like Wheeze. You were just up with Wheeze.
Yeah.
He's a guy that doesn't give a fuck. He'll be naked in front of whoever. He doesn't care.
I feel like if I would have had a positive male role model in my life, I'd be comfortable with that. But because my mom was had different boyfriends, me getting naked, I had to fucking lock my door. I'm not giving these guys a shot at this prize peen. I'm not fucking letting some guy off the street molest me, so I had to fucking go into full lockdown before I got naked.
Why, you think there was a couple that might have came in your room in the middle of the night? Really?
Yeah, there was a couple shady ones that would, drink a little too much and be like, this guy... and you're like, I don't like this guy touching me. I'm not getting naked around him. And it wasn't because I thought he was going to molest me. It's just you
just knew that.
I just didn't trust him. Not a lot of trust.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's good that you had that. How old were you when this was going on?
Like 6 or 7.
Wow, that's good. See, that whole story I told about getting molested for the wrestling pictures, I left my door open. The guy came in my room when I was 14.
Really? 14?
Yeah.
So you were kind of like, all right.
Yeah, I woke up, he had his hand down my pants, and he was like...
But you purposely kept your door open, hoping, or...?
Probably.
Did you lay there with your
I don't know. The door was open. I should have known. Maybe I should lock the door.
But at 14, I think you know. I think you know there might be some
I thought
creepers
wrestling
in
was
the area.
real at 14, so...
you thought pro wrestling was real?
Yeah, I still thought it was real. I was mad when I found out it wasn't.
Really?
Yeah, and I stopped watching.
Wait, at 14?
So you really found out and were fucking blown away that it wasn't real?
Yeah.
But did you ever watch boxing before then?
Yeah.
Because when I found out wrestling was fake, I was like, yeah, well, it kind of makes sense because those punches are too clean. No one bounces back from a punch.
Yeah, when I went to a local match at the high school and I saw Ivan Putski and Ken Patera get in the same car together when they just fought, it was heartbroken.
So you were devastated.
Wait, but you watched the show, in the audience. You saw the show live. And you were like, holy shit, they're kicking the shit out of each other.
Yeah, and then I saw him, because I was waiting out back for autographs, and I saw him getting a rent-a-car together and drive away.
And you were blown away.
I was heartbroken. It was like my first love just fucking left me.
Did you get into arguments with people at that age about whether or not it was real?
No, not really, because I think we're all into it and stuff like that. But
were you more heartbroken that the molestation wouldn't be as special at that point?
That it was more clammy and just surprising than anything?
Yeah, it was, he did it when I was sleeping and I woke up.
Was he just hand on your dick?
No, I had pajamas on with a little opening, and I woke up and he had his hand on my pants and he had his thumb through the opening. I go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm showing you a trick. It's a magic trick.
Oh,
dude,
my
fuck.
God.
Good backpedaling on your feet, though.
Yeah, he
pretty
came up
quick.
with a good one quick. I know. He did it before.
Oh, because I'd be like, all right, trick. But the door opened. I didn't.
Thank God I wasn't in the magic then. We were like, well, let me see where this goes.
Let me slide these off and see where this is headed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whoa,
I never heard of
penis
David
just
Copperfield at
disappeared.
that point.
Yeah.
Copperfield.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I didn't trust anybody to get that close. When I would go to sleep, if my mom's boyfriends were over, I was like, door shut.
Locked.
Dog behind the door. So if he came in,
Did you slide the dresser in front of your door, too? just to make sure.
Did you just go, Mom, just put out tonight so it doesn't come into my room?
I'm like, just have another glass of wine. Let's not ruin
Mom,
my
get
life.
rid of the poison, please.
Yeah, just let it go. Mom, just let's be cool about this.
Just get rid of his poison so he doesn't go for the second option.
Yeah, there was one guy.
Yeah, Mom, don't, please.
In my room with my Michael Jordan poster.
Oh, dude,
Even if you're on your period, just jerk him off or something so he doesn't come in my room.
There's no way I want to get molested under a Joe Montana poster.
Joe Montana, fuck, I
Just
should have
fucking staring
I
at
should have
me.
picked that poster.
4 Super Bowls, and I'm just getting my dick churned by some guy named Tom.
Because Mom's not willing to put out yet.
I don't know. I think this could be love. I'm going to make him wait. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I'm getting fucking jerked off in my bedroom.
Because he's angry. Oh, fine, you're going to make me wait? I'll go fuck the son.
I'm
I
gonna
don't care.
fuck your baby boy.
Oh, my God. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, she should have thought about it. Thank God it didn't happen. Maybe she did.
I think she did.
You should thank your mom. Go, Mom, thanks. I know you wanted to wait 3 dates. But you worried about my safety.
But you might have saved me a life of misery.
Thanks for skipping the romance. I'm still uncomfortable with naked, but at least I'm not completely uncomfortable because of darker things.
That's fucking funny, man.
That's how it worked out.
Anyway.
Did you really lock your door, though?
I never locked my door, but my dog was always right inside.
And you
the
had
door.
one eye open. You weren't sleeping well.
Yeah, I never slept. There was just one. I remember specifically one dude my mom dated where I was like, I don't fucking trust this guy Because here's the thing, I remember specifically, it was my 7th birthday, and they got hammered during breakfast.
Whoa.
Like, while I was opening presents, they were like drinking screwdrivers.
Whoa.
And I was like, I don't trust this shit.
Right.
Like, I was kind of like, I would unwrap it and then like put it like where I could, like, I would hide the presents. Be like I was opening presents around drug addicts. I was like, you guys aren't going to steal this shit. And then they were like, yeah, they got drunk. And I was like, I'm pretty uncomfortable right now.
At 7.
I remember specifically because I got a Batman utility belt. And I was like, I don't trust this guy. His name was Tom.
He might try to pawn it.
Yeah, or be like, let me see you just wear the utility belt.
Yeah, I know.
That's how the utility belt fits you, just the belt.
So you probably
He was probably pissed. He's like, he's going to wear it around the house. That's one more thing I got to take off.
I don't know how to unclasp that. All the tools on there.
Were you relieved when your mom settled down for a little bit with one guy?
Yeah. My mom got.
When she switched him out, that was probably very stressful for you.
Anytime she went to the bullpen, I got nervous.
Wow, really?
I was just like, come on, let's stay with one.
Did you ever get attached to like one of them and they were gone?
Yeah, I like my stepdad. My stepdad from when I was like 8 to 11 was awesome.
You still see him?
No, I haven't seen him like since I was like 12 or like. No, when I was 14.
I wonder if he knows what you became.
I heard he fucking went completely off the grid. I heard he's.
Oh wow!
I heard
really?
he's raising. My mom Googled him. I don't know why. Like when Google first came out, and apparently he's raising llamas.
You know why?
Yeah, because
Dan, you know why?
Yeah, I saw him.
You know why your mom fucking
get
why? What are you getting at?
Big old piece.
She kind of want to go back.
Yeah,
you think so?
Second helping.
Dude, I'd totally be cool with that. To reunite the band. I'd get the band back together.
That was the best combination of the band?
Oh, man, that was
the best
probably
lineup?
I mean, the original lineup is the best, but yeah, that would probably be the one where I'm like, we put out our best albums.
So basically, you didn't mind when they got Sammy Hagar over David Lee Roth.
I didn't really mind.
You preferred David Lee Roth, but if Mom's going to switch out David Lee Roth, you were all right with Sammy Hagar.
Stadiums were still full.
Okay.
Right. Still playing to a packed house.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. I'm still doing my job. But yeah, when I got my stepdad, Nick, was like one of the guys where I was like, oh, he's a good dude. And he like built cars and shit in our garage. It was like one of those things where now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I should have listened and hung out with him.
Why did it go wrong?
I think my mom's just fucking tough to deal with, and he was a pretty relaxed guy, and I think he was just like,
he didn't want to drink screwdrivers in the morning.
Yeah.
He wanted to work in a car.
Yeah, he didn't party the way my mom wanted him to, but it was like one of those things where I was like, all right.
So he was one of these, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, dude, when he left, I was like, oh, man, we're losing you? And he's like, I'm out.
Thanks a lot, Mom.
Yeah. That was the fucking worst. Because then when he left, I was like,
that sucks.
See what other dude we get.
You ever hear your mom getting railed in the bedroom?
Yeah, when I was in like 8th grade, I heard it, and that's why I started smoking cigarettes. And so it was like, I was like this old man. I was fucking in 8th grade, just out on the patio just fucking let her finish up. Just smoking Reds. I'm smoking Marlboro Reds, just like, fucking. Old lady's getting her back blown out. I was because my living room was under her bedroom.
Right.
So I used to not hear. Dude, I remember one time my friend Byron came over and he would steal cigarettes from his stepdad. That's how he'd smoke. He'd just go in the garage and take like 5 cigarettes and then come over to my house. And he was sleeping over, and we were in the living room like watching like. Just some movie or whatever, and we started hearing it, and I was watching the movie, and then I just look over at Byron, and he's just staring at me with his jaw open, and he's like, you hear that, right? And I was
really?
Like, yeah, dude, but I don't want to acknowledge. He's like, that's fucked up. That's all he said, and I was like, do you want to go back and smoke? And he's like, yeah, let's go smoke cigarettes. So thanks, Big Tobacco.
So you went outside?
Yeah,
we just chain smoked.
Yeah, just we like smoke.
You didn't want to hear it?
No,
who the fuck ever wants to hear that?
And then the next morning, you got to act like everything's cool. Like, hey, Mom, do we still got Cocoa Puffs?
How long did it go on for, you think?
I don't know. Oh, like the sexual intercourse? I don't know. I'd smoked 3 cigarettes, get dizzy, come back in, and hope it was over.
Was that the only time you heard it, or was it other times?
I think it happened a couple times. It was one specific boyfriend that
Did you ever tell your mom, hey, man, can you fucking...
How do you approach that subject?
I don't know.
Hey, Mom, can you stop getting it?
Just gotta know.
I don't know. I don't think they do.
Was she a screamer, or was it more...
No, it wasn't that.
It was more the bed?
You'd hear the bed.
Ugh.
And then you would hear weight shifting, and you're like, yeah, God damn it.
So she wasn't yelling.
No. God, no. My mom's not complete trash.
Right. So, you know, but
try
look,
to
if you're in
pad
the
the
moment,
walls?
sometimes you can't.
I mean, I would go into different rooms. I would just be
No, I mean, like, maybe put pillows between the bed and the wall, so maybe it would
I remember one time going, okay, like yelling up to be like, I'm a child downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it.
Did you hear the guy go cock blocker?
Yeah, shut up. You're number 2 now. I'm number 1.
They didn't stop when you said okay.
I don't know. I think like I was just like okay, and then I'd like walk.
I would have went
okay.
I would have went on a bike ride,
dude.
Just
I mean,
pedaled real fast away from the house.
I would have looked for a new mom.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, he had to look for a new dad. You can't like give him that pressure.
Yeah, I need new mom is that's way too high of an order. New dad is easier to fill.
Yeah.
New mom, you're like, what the fuck?
Did you look at her different, like in the morning when she woke up?
Oh,
so the guy would come out of the bedroom with her, like, so you'd have breakfast with?
Yeah, but I wouldn't see him in the morning because they would already be up when I woke up because I obviously couldn't go to sleep until the fucking sun was rising.
Too goddamn loud in the house.
I don't know, because a fucking bang-a-thon upstairs. I just fucking can't go to sleep. But yeah, I would just wake up and it would just be like this. And I didn't like the dude. So I was just like, what's up, man? And I was fucking 13. I'm in the worst age for that to happen.
I think so.
Because it's like, that's when you start being a bad kid because you're like, fuck all this shit.
Right.
In fact, I think I almost failed 8th grade. I'm going to blame it on my mom.
Do you think that if it was your dad railing a chick, like...
I heard that. That
was different.
Yeah, dude, my dad dated this fucking real piece of white trash up in Northern California. And they would just get hammered and bang, and I would have to sleep on her dumb couch, and I'd hear it, and it was a total different. It was like, all right, Gary, this guy's awesome. Man. We'll both smoke a red after this.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah, you smoke cigarettes with your dad
right.
after he's done, not during. We're like, fucking mommy dearest is getting fucked.
It's absolutely different.
Yeah, 100% different. 100% different.
Right. And you were cool with her. You didn't.
I didn't care,
but you didn't care like he was banging her and all that stuff.
I didn't care he was banging her. I hated her fucking kids. Her kids were like just these like pieces of white trash. That they were like 15. I remember one of the kids was like.
And did your dad try to say, "Hey, this is your new brothers"?
No, he hated the one that was closest to me. The older ones were cool to me, but the one that was closest to me was like this fat asshole, and he would just always be like he'd be like, "You never tried dipping tobacco?" And I'm like, no, I'm fucking 12. I'd be like, I've smoked cigarettes because I thought that was pretty badass.
That'd be badass at 12.
And he was like, oh man, this fucking, he like tells brother, he'd be like, hey Neil, he ain't never tried dipping tobacco. And you're like, fucking this fat fuck. I hated that kid.
So you didn't.
So you had to live there? Because
I would go stay there. I'd go stay there.
But you didn't cave to peer pressure and try to.
Fuck that kid. I hated that fat piece of shit. I was looking for him one time because my grandma still lives in the town, so I'll come back, and if I see someone that kind of looks like him, I'll be like, is that that piece of shit? But it's been fucking 18
long time.
Years. Yeah, 18 years.
So they probably heard the mom getting railed, too.
Oh, yeah. She was a screamer.
She was.
My mom wasn't, but that fucking lady. I think her name was, it was a super, like, great name for my dad to bang, like a Cheryl or something.
Did your dad last long? Was he banging her for a while?
It was like one of those things. I don't remember the sex as much as I remember being so upset how late at night we ate. Because they're white trash, so they just drink, and then they'd be like, we gotta eat to soak this shit up. And I'm like a normal child.
Right, eat at 6 o'clock,
yeah,
6:30.
6, watching the news with my mom and her boyfriend that fucking is giving it to her. We're not eating till 11 o'clock. I'm like, these people are fucking animals.
Was her screaming a turn on? Being like a young teenager?
No, because I thought she was.
And now we're not talking about Dan's mom. It's the girl that his father was banging.
This deep Oedipus complex. No, the chick my dad was banging was. There was an ex-girlfriend of his that I was like, this chick's super hot. I would have loved her then. But the one he was dating, which I think is the one that gave him fucking Hep C.
Yeah,
she was that. Yeah, she was the one that was like gross. Where you're like, ugh, and you hear it and you're like, oh.
Really?
Yeah. Just piece of real fucking dub tea.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And then he'd just bang her and walk out with his goofy, because like my dad never wore underwear. You're talking about dudes getting naked. So when I used to go live, when my dad lived in San Francisco and I'd go stay with him, he just slept on a pull-out couch and we would share the couch and he would just sleep naked. And I would sleep in my pajamas and I'd be like, hey, Dad, we're on a pull-out couch. Can you fucking throw some shorts on? But then that goofy girlfriend of his got him wearing like these crusty European underwear. So he'd come out of the bedroom and you're like, I can't. I'd rather you be naked than wearing those fucking awful underwear.
So your dad would sleep with you naked. And how old were you?
Like, I don't know, from the time I was like 4 to whenever they moved up north, like so 9 or 10.
That's a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, but my dad was just like a raging booze bag. He wasn't fucking me. He was just like, all right, I'm going to pass out. And you're like,
I got to get Rich Vos on the line. He's on the hotline. Rich, we got Florentine and Soder in today. What's up, buddy?
I know. How's it going?
Good.
You know, coming from a broken home, you're going to have to deal with all that crap. Like my mother, I remember different guys she'd go out with, but nobody would stick around because me, my brother, and sister were such assholes. Who's going to want to, you know what I mean, get hooked up with, a lady that has 3 fucked up kids, and my father, I remember one time we were in Southampton or somewhere, and I see him hitting on this young girl, and next thing you know, he's going out that night, and he's closing a deal on this fucking hot young girl. You know what I mean? And I'm jealous, because I was old enough to bang her.
How old were you, Rich? How old were you when that happened?
I was probably, had to be 17 or something.
That's fucking weirder. Because,
Because you're ready.
Yeah.
You're ready to get into the game.
And I've never had sex yet. And I remember seeing him naked. I'm going, holy shit, he's that's hard to see, like, your dad naked, and he's, like, packing, and you're going, why do I have a horrible fucking cock? You know what I mean?
It's not genetic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you bring up a memory. I've said it on the air before, but we were at the Bronx Zoo, and me and my dad were at the urinals, and I'm like, I got to take a peek to see what mine's going to become someday. Yeah. And I was like, God damn, Dad.
Yeah, I think dad dick, you see it different because you're young, so it's like the first time you saw the Empire State Building. You're like, this is a huge building. Right. And you live in New York a while. And
because your dad can't do no wrong in your eyes. So now that I look back, maybe my dad was only packing 3 inches, but to a little kid, you're like, fuck, Dad's got a hog.
If I had just maybe 1 or 2 more inches, then it would drop instead of just sticking straight out. I just wanted to drop. When me and Bonnie first...
You wanted to be able to clear the balls.
I know. When me and Bonnie, Bonnie were started going out and we were having sex, I had my 2 young daughters at the time in L.A. I took them on vacation, whatever, and I guess they were, I don't know, they could have been 14 and 12. And next thing you know, Bonnie is coming back to my hotel room, and I had 2 rooms. I told them that we're going to write material all night, and they just started laughing at me. And the next day they're like, you write a lot of material, because they knew, my daughters knew at that time that's all we were doing was having sex.
Did you guys have sex in the room with them in there sleeping that night?
No, not the same day. I had 2 rooms.
Oh, okay. Smart man.
But his excuse was, I got to go write material, but, he had the other room to bang Bonnie. But obviously you guys kept it quiet, though.
It wasn't long. It didn't last long.
Your daughters just heard, that's it, from Bonnie?
But Dan tells a different story. He wanted his mom to settle down with a dude for a little while because it made it a little easier. When she was trading out guys, that's when Dan's stress level went way up, and he had to go on the back porch with his marbles.
No, that's
chain smoke.
No, but that wasn't it. It wasn't. It was a consistent boyfriend that I had to go outside and smoke. I never heard it was only one boyfriend I ever heard it with, and he lived with us for 4 years, and that guy was a prick. But he was the one, that was the only time I heard it. It wasn't she'd go on dates, but she wouldn't sleep with the dude. She'd just go on dates, right. And then you'd see him around maybe a week later, you're like, all right, let's see how long this guy lasts.
Oh, you had to deal with that.
Oof. Hey, Rich, did you ever hear your mom getting banged?
I don't think she did it in our house because she shared a bedroom with my sister, and we had a small apartment. I guess it was whenever, I don't know where she did it. And, my mom was attractive when she was young, so I remember the guys, they all seemed older or something, I I don't remember any hip guy. My father used to, I mean, he ended up, my father's been married like, 3 times now. But, it was different for him. I just don't remember. I remember this one older guy that used to come see my mom, but maybe he was just older to me. He just seemed older.
Did you ever think one of these guys might come in your room like they're creepy, like Dan?
What, are you kidding me? I laid there in my best underwear waiting.
The door's open, fellas.
I'm going to trail a fucking cologne from my mom's room to my room.
You're just laying there going, what a wonderful opportunity for me.
Oh, I'm gonna get a big fan if he just comes through that door.
Dan, did you have any brothers or sisters, or was it just you?
It was just me. I was by myself.
That's got to be horrible because your mom and your dad are your total center. That's all you have. You don't even have, you would think that as damaged as you grew up, you would be just a little more funnier.
Ah, there it is. I was waiting for it. You fucking long setup taking motherfucker. Bring it up. You're like, only child. You suck as a cup.
That's got to be fun. Like a lot of these stories that I tell now, I'll be telling Friday through Sunday at the Ventura Comedy Club in Ventura, California, Friday through Sunday. But I tell a lot of these stories then in Ventura. And then Sunday I'll be playing Bel Air Country Club.
Whoa,
anyhow,
nice! Look at you.
That's what happens. You get people that listen to Opie and Jim or My Wife Hates Me, and they become fans and they want to take you to their best golf courses. It's like you got Dan and Tim. You get like emails of people are like, "Hey, can I send you this or take you somewhere?"
Yeah, it's just like the case of grapefruit beer I got recently. You're going on really nice golf courses, and I'm getting grapefruit beer in a can. The fuck! I got to up my game a little bit.
It's pretty awful.
You're gonna see some. You're gonna see some celebrities walking around that Bel Air Country Club,
and they're gonna be like. They'd be like, why is this greensman fucking golfing?
Right.
When you were talking about beer, like when diet soda, I can't drink out of a can. It fucks my stomach up. You got to drink it out of a bottle. If you drink anything out of a can, it tastes like fucking metal or old rust.
What are you, a sailor from the 1800s? They have things about that now that changes. You can drink out of cans just fine now.
Wow. I checked my Twitter, and they're saying that the beers and cans it lasts longer, keeps the taste and the flavor. Because the light goes through the bottles, but it just tastes better out of a bottle as long as they're, I don't know, properly storing it, I guess. Jesus.
But what kind of pussy? If you're going to drink, why drink beer? Like, fucking drink whiskey or
that's such an addict's way of. I completely get it, but that's such an addict's way of looking at it. Where it's like, why don't you just do the hardest shit possible?
I never got into hard liquor in that way.
Really?
The whiskeys and the bourbons and all that. No,
I loved whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey, vodka.
I did whiskey with beer backs.
I'll do mixed drinks like anyone else. I'm talking the straight up shit. Just fucking no. Oh God, no. Never got into it.
People, I would say, and these statistics I'm just making up, but I would say 8 out of 10 people that drink beer are just drinking it to get drunk. Because it's not the best fucking tasting thing in the world. If you want something that tastes good, you have, a Powerade or Gatorade. That tastes good. So you're drinking beer to get drunk.
Yeah, but Rich, there's people that
you weren't listening to the first hour of the show. I was explaining that exact point. If I'm gonna have a couple beers, I try to get something with a little flavor. That's why my beer choices are a bit fruity. A bit fruity.
Like Rich, if you started drinking again, would you drink grapefruit beer that had grapefruit in it?
No, what am I, a fucking gay? I would fucking, if I started getting hot again.
I like that you totally bypassed alcohol. He's like, well, if we're coming back, I'm getting high again. I'm not fucking drinking
beer.
booze.
I'm going right for the crack again.
What are you, an asshole?
I'm going to break out my tiny shorts and I'm going to that fucking crack house.
What am I going to do? Like a social, hey, let's get together, have a martini. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to sell one of my watches.
See, you can't have this conversation with him.
Rich is going to go 0 to 60.
Right, we're talking about just having a grapefruit beer. If you're,
Opie's like, I like a nice sunset and a cool, crisp grapefruit. And Vos is like, yeah, fucking, suck a dick for some crack if I'm back.
He goes, if I'm going to get high, I'm going to go.
It's just ridiculous. If you're going to get high, get fucking high. If you want to have grapefruit juice. Or have vodka and grapefruit,
No, I don't want to get that fucked up.
Well, but who drinks grapefruit beer?
Just a couple while you're on the beach or something. I don't even really drink to get fucked up. Just a few.
You really
tastes all right, and then get a slight buzz, I guess.
You drink like a scuba instructor that lives on an island. Like that's where you're like, I'm just going to relax with my grapefruit
just
beer.
A couple.
No, here's the deal, there. See, Opie has a new house out in a part of Long Island. And he wants to be accepted he's the new guy.
Oh, God, no. Don't do that.
So that's what it is?
No, that's not true.
Like, the other fucking guys are drinking grapefruit beer, and Opie's like, hey, we don't drink it. So he drinks it just to be accepted.
I was drinking this fruity shit before all that.
You're trying to impress your new friends. You've changed.
His new pal, his dentist at the supermarket, his buddy, that I embarrassed him in front of.
You didn't embarrass me. Tell the story.
Rich showed him his
I
mouth.
thought it was hilarious. The story is funny without exaggerating. You didn't embarrass me. Tell the real story because it's funny. We're in the supermarket. I run into my dentist, not my dentist, it's a friend of mine that is a dentist out there. And I'm introducing him to Rich because I really like this guy. He's an older guy, and they've been really cool to us and my family. And then the first thing Rich says to him, he opens up his mouth and wants the dentist to check all the work in his mouth.
That's fucking... God damn, if there's not a perfect...
way better than spinning it like I was embarrassed.
If there's not a perfect example of Rich Vos, it's right there. We're like, hey, this is my friend who does dentist. Rich like, come here, over in the meat section. I want you to take a look under the lights.
He's pulling his lip down. He's like, did I get a good deal on this over here? Why would you spin the story when the real one is very funny?
And Rich hates it when you're a comedian. Oh, so where do you get your material from? Tell me a joke. So he's doing it that to the dentist. Exactly. There's no problem with it.
Oh my!
Do you like looking at teeth? How bad does it suck to look at teeth? Guy's like, I don't know. I'm just trying to pick up some broccoli for dinner tonight.
Arnie loved it. He loved it. He likes Vos. It was funny, man.
These fucking guys that invited me to play golf once, which I usually don't do after a show, and I'm playing golf with them, and by the second tee, they're asking me, I go, enough with the fucking comedy questions. Am I asking you shit about being an electrician? Let's just play golf. And they go, man, you're a real asshole.
Yeah.
I didn't come here. This isn't fucking show and tell. You fucking asshole.
My go-to profession is marketing.
Okay, that's a good one.
Because it's so like...
I got a better one.
And there's never a follow-up like, oh, what kind of marketing? They're just like, oh, that's
You know what I tell people on airplanes?
That's kind of like a mundane career in general.
I got two great ones.
What's your go-to?
I lead off with, I work in commercial refrigeration.
Whoa.
It just fucking ends.
That's a good one.
It just ends right there because they just go, oh, okay. And then they look back at the back of the fucking headrest of the seat in front of them.
Wow, that's good. I might have to up my profession.
Yeah, or I tell them I work as I was high on a plane and I said this once to a lady and I don't even know if it means anything, but I go, I'm a peripheral manager for a fencing company.
Oh my God.
And she's like, what? And I go, we sell electronic fences to government-owned buildings and I just make sure that the peripheral is...
I don't think you should say government, though, because that makes people like spin like, oh, conspiracy. Oh, what kind of...
well, yeah, I just say like fencing for like major buildings.
You came up with that one when you were fucking high.
I ate a weed cookie and I got on the plane and the lady's like, what do you do? And I was like, I work in peripheral outside fencing. And she was like, yeah, this fucking guy.
I do landscaping.
Landscaping's good.
And they go, oh, you have your own business? I go, no, just a landscaper. So then they got nothing. They're not going to ask me, do you use a rider mower or are you the weed whacker guy or edger?
I don't know, whatever the fucking guy has.
Yeah, I'm like, I just work for the guy, yeah.
Yeah. That's a fucking great one.
There's no question. What are they going to say?
That's what you need. You need something with no follow-up.
What kind of fertilizer should I put down? I go, I don't know. I just cut the lawns. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's in a green bucket, and he just tells me to pour it around the fucking flowers.
We don't do fertilizer. We just cut the lawns.
Yeah.
And at that point, they're almost a little impressed that you're on a plane. They're like, look at this guy flying somewhere.
I said that in first class, too. So they're like, there's no fucking... The guy's like, looking at me. There's no way. This fucking guy cuts lawns, and he's in first class going to L.A.
You're like, I'm pretty good at this. I'm really good at this.
I can cut 20 in one day.
But what's your go-to profession if it's a hot blonde next to you, though? You're not saying you're
comedian?
A landscaper.
You see me on Conan and Comedy Central's Half Hour.
I pull up my website, my bio.
It'd be easier to just show you all this.
I was flying back from Florida, and there was a real hot blonde next to me. And I couldn't wait to tell her about our movie. But you know, when you say fucking landscaper, when I was in ninth grade, it might even have been 7th, 8th, and 9th. They knew what trouble I was going to be in life and what a loser I was. So they had this special class where they sent certain kids over to another school in a trailer, and we learned how to service lawnmowers. Because they thought in life I would be a lawnmower, repairman.
Really?
That's, yeah, in like 8th grade, they saw that this kid is going fucking nowhere. So we're going to teach him to fix fucking lawnmowers. And I even fucking got kicked out of that or quit it or whatever. It was just, I just could not adapt to, I would have to say I was stupid. But anyhow, there's some hot girls in the bagel place now. I'm going to run in.
No. I got one other thing for real, and it's not a hang up. What does that say there, Florentine? It's a check. I was going to do this next time you're in, but you fucking canceled on us last week.
I had to.
It's a check, right?
Yeah,
you see,
check. Yeah,
made out to my real name, right?
Yes,
for $1,500 from Rich and Bonnie Productions, right?
Yeah,
you see all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rich.
He's actually.
Oh no.
He's kidding. He ripped up a piece of paper. He's endorsing it to me, and I'm cashing that shit.
Oh, that would be 2 weeks of work for you, Dan. That's fucking...
Fuck, Moss.
Did you see that?
Yes, you.
Yeah, let the record show. I just ripped up your $1,500 check made out to me there, buddy.
Well, I really appreciate that. I mean...
But I did cash the other one. I did cash the other one. I had to.
You don't think I checked every day? Of course you did.
Now, why are you ripping that up?
Well, this is the deal. I mean, to get serious for a second, I helped Rich
finance the movie.
And Rich, as he's told me many times, I told him he didn't have to, or he didn't have to anytime soon. He goes, I pay all my debts back. And he came in here with my money, all the money I lent him. And then this is where it got into the nonsense area. He gave me a check for the interest on my money.
You putting a vig out?
Huh?
Like you were charging interest?
No, I wasn't. He thought that I was owed interest on the money that I gave him.
Dude, that's hilarious, Rich.
So I'm like,
Rich, I love that you think your friends automatically are charging you interest.
I know, that's kind of sad, right?
He's like, immediately, he's like, well, yeah, you let me borrow $5. What is that? What's the vig on that? Like, I owe you $7.50 now?
So I ripped up the check that the interest check, which was $1,500. I'm not, that's ridiculous.
I really appreciate that. You don't understand. That's fucking reading the check of golf. What I'm saying is, when somebody lends you that kind of money, you got to give them extra back.
No, I said to you, I mean, to get serious for a second here, I said, if you make money on the fucking thing someday and you want to, give me a little taste, that's great. That would be awesome. But you're not making money on it officially yet. You're paying back all your debt. That's what's so sad about making your own movie. People think you make a movie and all of a sudden you're fucking rich. But I'm not going to accept the interest on the money I originally lent you. That's stupid.
Well, thanks. Did you read? You got to read the script. Did you read the script for the new movie? We already have.
Oh, I know. Oh, there's meetings going down tomorrow.
What's that?
I hear there's meetings going down tomorrow. Yeah, we might have another little project that I'll get involved with.
This is going to be...
but Bonnie has a really good movie that's getting a little interest. Yes.
Nice.
I want to be involved. I want to... she's already got producers and this and that. I'm in it. I don't know who's in it, but I want to really be involved as much as I can. But I haven't read the whole movie. I only read half of it. And she goes, have you read it all? I go, not all of it, but I get the gist. She goes, how can you be involved when you can't read the whole?
It's your wife's movie. You got to read the whole thing. That could cause problems.
I know, but I'm busy.
Give me some tape. Well, yeah, this guy deserves.
No, anyhow, look, thank you for ripping that up. I gotta run. The show sounds great today. I'll be in Ventura Comedy Club Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Ventura, California. Have you guys ever been up there?
No.
I don't even know where Ventura. I know the song.
It's outside of L.A.
No, it's north, right?
Yeah, it's like an hour north. It's supposed to be a real good club, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm leaving today. I'm going to do some podcasts and stuff up there in L.A. and like half an hour.
All right, go get your bagels. Jesus, go get your bagels.
Well, what the fuck? I'm just trying to hang up. Thank you for ripping up that check.
All right. All right. Go get what's your bagel of choice? I go everything.
I go everything whole wheat, and I have it.
Whole wheat? That's the stupid turkey bacon thing again. I do eat right, but if I'm gonna have a bagel, I'm gonna have a fucking bagel.
Well, what's wrong with whole wheat?
Whole wheat sucks a dick in general.
Well, first of all, if you're having everything.
I tried whole wheat pasta. It sucks. Multigrain is much better.
Okay. I'll try the multigrain pasta.
Actually, try the multigrain bagel. You'd probably like that.
Well, it doesn't matter when you're having everything on it. You can't even taste the bagel because there's like fucking tons of salt and pepper and what. You know what?
This phone call should have ended minutes ago.
I know, a long time ago.
But all right, good. Thank you, Dan. Someone needs to fucking.
All this fucking everything bagel talk.
How do we go to mom's getting railed and kids listening to it?
We're talking about my fucking mom catching a deep dick in it, and all of a sudden we're talking about fucking
whole wheat bagels.
We felt bad for you.
I'd rather go back to talking to my mom about my mom getting banged.
And I just wanted to change the subject. It's getting a little uncomfortable.
You guys are tearing up checks. I don't know what's going on here. This is a fucking whirlwind of a day.
We're gonna break. We got Adam Carolla coming in a little bit. We got Dan Soder in studio. Dan is promoting the Bedford in Brooklyn tonight.
No,
why is it on your sheet then?
I have no idea. It's a bar. Doing a fucking bar show in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you want to save that one.
You guys, I really came in. I had to wake up early. Get my fucking PR shoes on.
The funny thing is, the rest of the dates are important. The Stand Up New York.
I'm at Stand Up New York, but more importantly, I just found out I'm going to be at the Comedy Works. I'm going to be at Comedy Works in Denver, June 18th through the 20th.
That's your place. You'll do good there.
I don't know, man.
You've never been?
I have, but it's weird going back there because it's like I'm half from there, but also it's like a fantastic club.
Everyone talks about the Comedy Works.
And I don't like performing in front of people I know. So sell enough tickets so the people I do know can't get in so I can have good shows.
When is that?
June 18th through June 20th.
All right, and then Governor's down the road a little bit in Levittown, which is great. Laugh Boston, in Boston. Oh, that's in the fall, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, but you want Comedy Works in Denver.
Oh, I just found out I'm doing it. So
go fill that place up for Dan Soder.
It'll be fun.
And Florentine.
Yeah, I got dates in Miami and Baltimore in June. And then also July, Omaha, Nebraska, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, JimFlorentine.com. At my web series, I put a new bid up last night, Disgruntled Waiter.
Oh, those are great.
I like that series.
Oh, thanks.
I like those. You're doing homebrew in Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have fun. I have fun there.
There's a new club there in Miami, yeah.
The guys that run it are awesome.
I think your number one plug, though, is season finale of Louie this Thursday on FX at 10 o'clock. And I'm here.
10:30, I think it is.
Is it 10:30? Did I fuck that up? All right.
Something like that.
But, I mean, his episode getting rave reviews from the man himself, Louis C.K.
That's awesome.
And others. There's a little buzz about your episode.
If you're a comic, you'll love it because it's all about comedians on the road.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I love when he does. I fucking nerd out a little bit when he does shit like that. Because you feel, as the wrestling fans call it, I mark out because I'm just like, I know exactly what they're talking about.
Did you see the other episode with, I guess it's the part one of your episode?
Yeah, the Road part one, and this one's the Road part two.
With my old friend Devin from Home Alone.
Yeah,
he was the asshole older brother, and then we became friends. He did a lot of radio. We've lost a little touch, but he pops up on Louie last Thursday and just killed it. He killed it as like sort of a kind of like a John Candy type character. They were sort of doing a planes, trains, and automobile thing with Louie playing sort of the Steve Martin part. And my old pal Devin was John Candy.
Was that
with that? Louis gets him crying at one point when the guy's just trying to.
Did he play the older
relate
brother?
And be cool to Louis because he's a big famous comic on the road?
Was it the guy Buzz?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was Buzz, your girlfriend, Wolf. Yeah, I remember.
I met him on the set because he was doing some stuff.
He's a great guy. I like Devin a lot. I got to get him back in here. I don't even know if I have his phone number anymore because I wanted to write him and say he did great with that. But whatever. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And then Florentine's part 2 of this, and he's going to hit it out of the park for everybody for real. All right, Adam Carolla next, or in a few minutes. Stay there. You say the greatest things when we're not on the air. Hold on, where are you? Where the hell are you? Talk. Over here.
New studio feel.
Over here. I got Dan Soder in the studio, and and he just says, I get high, and then what'd you say? Watch kids do stand-up.
We were talking about one of our friends' kids doing stand-up, and I said, children doing stand-up is the most fucking awful thing in the world. It's so uncomfortable because it's clear that occasionally, I'd say maybe 10% of the kids that do stand-up want to do it.
Yeah.
But
and the rest are like forced into it.
And they're written, like their jokes are written by their parents.
Yeah, just old school jokes.
Yeah,
no real feel for it.
A couple of years ago, my buddy and I, that used to be our favorite thing. We'd get high and then YouTube children's stand-up comedy, and we'd be like, that's a parent's joke. That's a parent's joke.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of times it's these theater kids. It's like these young theater kids who are like love to perform.
That's I say it a lot to people that come in here. I thank them when they don't fucking hire a theater kid to do their movie. Mm-hmm. It takes me out of so many movies, and I'm sure they're all in the same programs, but there are kids that could do it naturally, and then there's others that are just part of a factory, and they're not believable in the movies.
Yeah, that's why like when you watch like the theater kids do stand up, it's so grossly uncomfortable.
Okay,
you get high, and then you're just like,
it doesn't feel natural.
No, because they talk in a cadence where you're like, no one talks like that.
Right, gotcha. We got Adam Carolla outside the studio. Everyone's peeking in, like, when is Adam coming in? So let's get Adam in here. Why? Oh, okay. We're gonna get over there. Adam Carolla.
In the middle or here?
Probably that mic would be best. It's like a new studio. They just redid this whole fucking place.
Yeah, looks great.
So we're trying to figure it all out there, Adam Carolla. Welcome back.
Good to be back. Thanks.
Can you believe
that
radio Adam put money into a studio?
It is funny because the first thing you notice when you go into a studio, any radio studio throughout my entire career, and you guys have been around and seen a lot too, the guest headphones are being held together. not even the dignity of using duct tape, but of using scotch tape to hold it together.
I was gonna say that,
and
yes.
then the other thing is the chairs are all worn out and squeak like a motherfucker. And I'm always saying, all you need is headphones and a chair. When I was a carpenter, I had to have an oscillating spindle sander and a table saw and a truck with a bed box and a ladder rack on. All you need is headphones and a chair, and that is a bridge too goddamn far for you people.
You guys will do the rest.
Just like a comic, you need a microphone and some lights on the stage. That's it. That's it. That's all we need.
That's all you ask for, right?
Oh, but they'll skip lights most of the time.
Yeah.
I love, like, my indoctrination to radio was like, oh, those are pretty sweet headphones you got. Jimmy Kimmel bought me a nice set of Sony headphones, and I'm like, yeah, where should I keep these? Oh, you better take them home.
Yes.
Why? They ain't gonna last. You leave them here. I'm like, why not? These are a bunch of 40-something-year-old white adults with college degrees. Why can I not leave my $89 Sony headphones in a locker or something?
He's so right.
They'll be gone, man.
You learned that early in radio.
They'll be gone.
If you splurge and get yourself a nice set of headphones, you bring that shit home.
Oh, it's like, I'm going to leave my half a sandwich in the fridge for tomorrow. Oh, yeah? That'll end up with the headphones, fucker. Take that sandwich with you.
One of my jobs when I first started on radio, I was doing part-time in Rochester, New York. And there was a weekend guy that had one of those fucking voices. You know the voice. Just an amazing radio voice. And he was also about 500 pounds. Big, huge black guy. My PD said it was my job after my shift, because I was on before him, to fucking lock all the chairs away in the storage facility because they couldn't afford to get new chairs and they wanted the ones they had to last. Yeah. So that was my job. And this poor guy that was 500 pounds in horrible shape but had the amazing voice had to stand for his whole shift and would always ask me, what happened to the chairs? And I had to have an excuse every weekend why. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like Big Earl was pretty tough on chairs. I mean, given his carriage, your PD may have known something.
He was destroying chairs, and they finally had it. It wasn't in the budget to change them out every couple of weeks or months or whatever.
I love the refrigerator. This is another. There's a few things you don't see anywhere but radio, which is the super angry note on the refrigerator, which is I had 3 Hot Pockets left in this freezer for my underlying lunch. one of you has seen fit to eat it yourselves, I would appreciate underlined again, like, this is a 46-year-old human being who probably makes six figures who had to put this manifesto on the refrigerator. And then the other one will be on the vending machine.
Yeah.
Got a dear vending guy. Got a Pepsi free 3 days ago. Put in $2. Only got back 40 cents. Like, what the fuck are you people doing?
All these legal declarations on Post-it notes.
Yes. I'm sure it only exists in radio, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I believe you're right. Do you always wear suits or just when you're promoting?
No, I was just at CBS this morning.
For the TV angle.
Yeah,
of
Good
this.
Morning.
Okay.
Good see, Big Gail King and Charlie Rose.
Because that's another thing radio guys don't do. They don't wear suits.
Oh, no. No, I mean, there will be the one old timer who insists on wearing like a bow tie that he's just a dandy, you know. That's his,
he's a relic.
The rest are the 500-pounders in the hockey sweaters, you know, and sweatpants.
They can't sit on chairs anymore.
I always like when you do radio and it's like 7:30 in the morning. Like, you want some ribs? We just got some ribs. I'm not eating ribs at 7:30 in the morning.
It was giving you heartburn food when you wake up.
Free food goes very well with radio. You get very excited.
But it's true. It's true. They're always like, they're always like, Dr. Hoggly Woggly's Tyler, Texas barbecue wants to bring over a big platter of baby back. It's like, it's 6:41 in the morning.
Yeah, they always ask that when you're doing radio on the road. They're like, hey, do you feel like having some food? You're like, I barely want to fucking be here. I don't want to eat and have a full meal.
You will eat it, though, once it shows up.
Yeah, absolutely. You got it. Everyone else is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I thought Jimmy Kimmel did a great job with the Letterman thing. I just want to mention that because you guys are pretty close. Broke down on TV talking about how important Letterman was to him in his career. I didn't realize how important it was.
Oh my God, he was a mega fan. I saw pictures of him when he was 16. He was wearing his Letterman jacket. He had a Letterman cake.
Yep.
I mean, 15, 16 years old. Always been just a massive Letterman fan. So, you know, he was a mentor, I think, to Jimmy, certainly comedically. And then it was great because I got to do Letterman before Jimmy.
You did?
Yeah. And it was great. And then I think he got bumped the first time he came out here to do it from LA, which is like, it's one thing getting bumped when you're here, but when you fly out from LA
just to do it,
getting bumped. I'd like to find everybody who died in the Donner Pass and just explain to them, listen, you know how you guys were trying to get over this pass, but you got snowed in and you ended up eating each other? I just flew coast to coast and got bumped.
Yeah, had to go home.
Had to go home.
Man, but he broke down. That was kind of special. That was kind of cool to see a real moment like that.
Yeah, I mean, he told me he put a tack in his shoe so he could draw those tears up. I probably, I forget I said anything, but yeah, he's a huge Letterman fan.
Yeah,
massive.
Nice. New book, Daddy Stop Talking and Other Things My Kids Want But Won't Be Getting. I got the book an hour ago.
Sure.
So I'm going to need a little help with this.
I'll tell you all about it.
Seems pretty self-explanatory, though, no?
Yeah, it's just, I found myself sort of, it's not a kid's book. It's just a book about, how to talk to your kids and be a parent. And, it's got a lot of comedy in it, obviously. But I just found myself telling my kids all this crap all day, every day. They don't listen to a goddamn thing I say. That the name of the book is derived from my daughter telling me, Daddy, stop talking. And I do have this thing around my house where my daughter and my wife and like everyone in my house will be like, Daddy, will you just please shut up? Like, give it a rest. Just give it a rest. Like, don't stop talking. Stop talking. And I go, you better hope I don't stop talking. Right. Stop talking. We're moving to an apartment in Van Nuys, and the Tesla's going back to Elon's place. All right. So you should be encouraging Daddy to talk just as much as he possibly fucking can.
Yeah, that's got to be the thing where they want you to stop doing it. You're like, I'm feeding you off this show.
You see where you live? That's because Daddy's talking.
That's because Daddy talks. Yes.
Are these your kids on the cover of the book?
Yes, those are my kids, Sonny and
good-looking
Natalia.
Kids there, Adam. Carolla?
Yeah, they take after their mommy. Their mommy is a handsome Italian family, and the kids Kids definitely are. And the thing, it's so funny because it's always like, wow, that's got to be really cool for your kids. Like, are they pretty pumped about being on the cover of your book? And I'm like, nah, not really. Or if they are, they haven't expressed it to me. Like,
right.
They're just on to the next super cool thing that we would have never experienced at their age.
Exactly. Yeah. Their attention span is ridiculously pretty much nothing.
And it's all just whatever. I mean, the Sultan of Brunei's kid gets to go out whoring in a Bentley with his uncle. Do you think he's surprised by it, or is it just his life?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just their life.
Yeah.
And there's no amount of stopping them and going, just like your mom couldn't stop you and go, there's kids in Africa who are starving right now, and you're still be like, I don't give a shit. I don't like Salisbury steak. So give it to one of the kids in Africa. Whatever right. COD. Whatever. It never works, right? And I try to explain to them, Daddy's TV set was made by Zenith, and it was black and white, and all he could watch was Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, and it sucked. And they're like going, yeah, we don't give a shit.
Whatever. Are you the cool dad, though?
Well,
are they impressed with what you have done with your life?
Have you ever brought like a celebrity around them where they were impressed? Because that's how you do it.
Yeah, I think Vince Vaughn came over to the house once with his wife, and I think they were into Vince Vaughn. And once in a while, I think I did the Tonight Show with Simon Cowell, and they were excited about. My daughter was, because he was managed One Direction or something like that. I can do every once in a while. I'll say to him, it's kind of funny. I'll say to him, like, who's got it better than you? Who's got it better than you? My daughter just go, Uncle Jimmy. So the thing that was funny is I said, she said, Uncle Jimmy's got it better than me. And I said, no, Uncle Jimmy doesn't have it better than you because Uncle Jimmy has to work his ass off. And I sent an email to Jimmy a second later. I just went, Jimmy, I just had this exchange with my daughter. I thought you'd get a laugh out of it. And I didn't tell her the part where I said Jimmy has to work his ass off. I just said, who's got it better than you? Uncle Jimmy. And he just wrote back, I'm at work right now, so they have it better than me. He gets it.
Even he understands.
He gets it too. But no, I just got back from I was just at the Indianapolis 500 with my son. We flew out there on a private jet. Somebody said, Norm Pattis from Podcast One said, I will fly you out there on my private jet. We flew out there on a private jet. We went to a premiere of this Paul Newman racing docs called Winning the Racing Life of Paul Newman and at IMAX that I directed and produced. So we did that Friday night. Then we went to the Mario Andretti's party on Saturday night, and then on Sunday was the race, and we walked right on out to the grid and right on out to the middle of the track because I was going to do the hot laps and the two-seater F1 car, the Indy car that Mario Andretti was driving. So we just stood, me and my son, just directly where the ribbon of brick start-finish line crosses with 300,000 people up on the Jumbotron standing there with Mario Andretti while the drivers walked past us and got into their cars and gentlemen, start your engine. He stood right next to us like the entire time. But I think he assumes everyone does that, and that's the fucking problem. There are kids in Africa who don't get to go to Formula races.
They're fighting for that gasoline.
Yeah, they may hit a dirt track or an oval, but they're not going to Indy.
That's the challenge.
They're lucky to get an old Salisbury steak.
Right.
Yeah. That's the challenge. You want to try to explain that to your kid without making it look like you're bragging. You know what I mean?
They can't.
They can't wrap their heads
absorb
around
it.
Right.
They can't.
It's just their life. They don't know any better.
But here's the thing: whether your dad is raping you anally on a daily basis and then putting out Tipperillos on your ass when he's done,
right?
Or he's taking you to the Indianapolis 500 on a private jet, it's just your life.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It just is, and I think that, unfortunately, whether you're being molested or whether you're hanging out with Vince Vaughn, it just is.
Right. But do you think when they get older, there's going to be perspective of like, oh, that was fucking awesome. I got to go to the Indianapolis 500 as opposed to I got cornholed by my dad on a itchy couch.
Right. And I like the fact that the sofa's uncomfortable.
It's the slightest of details.
Not only did I have a prolapsed anus, but the futon we were on.
It was so scratchy on my face.
Well, Dan told the story earlier. His dad used to sleep naked with him.
Oh, really?
On a pull-out
Well,
couch.
that's when he had a dad. You really should learn about Dan Soder. Then he had, his mom.
But that was the same as going to the Indianapolis 500.
A few different men. And then, there were times he was nervous about some of the men that came into the house, so he might have locked his door and made sure the dog was in front of the door all
so you're
night.
scarred.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, that's how we know you're funny then.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, here's the thing. The guy whose dad penetrated him anally on the uncomfortable sofa, he's going to be more pissed off at his dad than my son for who got to the Indy 500 and has Vince Vaughn come to the house, but it'll be about 30% more. Yeah, right. It won't be 110%. It'll be marginal. That's the part that pisses me off.
There's still going to be anger, even though
there'll still be anger.
I'm looking at the back of your book. This is perfect for people with fucking kids. The fucking kids. I said that wrong. Your sex life will be dictated by their nap times. You gotta outlast them. You gotta outlast your kids just so you can have sex.
Yeah, I know. Although every once in a while,
it all matches. It all works out.
No,
it lines up perfectly.
No. What I was going to say is,
okay,
you can work it to your advantage because you can go. Look, the kids just ran down the street to get some froyo, so we probably only got enough time for a quick blowjob.
Absolutely.
And I don't really have time to shut off Sports Center or even put down this beer. So let's. And by the way, I don't even know why we're talking right now. Let's go.
You're like the person that
only a blowjob, not sex.
Yeah, we don't have time.
Yeah, you put it in, but you have.
Yeah, I wish we did because I'd like to make love to you all afternoon, but they're going to be back any second now. So.
Yeah, it's like the cloud cover for a space launch.
Right.
You're like, we got to launch the shuttle right now.
That's right.
If cloud cover hits, it's going to be 3 more months.
Yeah, I'd like to put on the Barry White when we just go. Again, I don't even have time to turn down the Sports Center.
Do you talk about starting their fetish? I call it. Like if you spank your kid, I've decided I'm not going to spank or hit my kids, but there are parents out there that absolutely do, and I'm not here to say that's wrong, okay? But I wonder if you're actually starting the fetish of now. Fast forward, your little girl is now a teenager in college, and that's her thing to be spanked during sex. Did it start because you started the fetish when they were younger, or if you're playing with their toes a lot, maybe it's your thing and it's innocent, but somewhere in their brain it's wired where that now becomes their fetish when they get older. I'm so paranoid of this, by the way.
So you're saying like the smell of cigarettes gets me rock hard? Just thinking about my mom getting fucked when I used to go smoke cigarettes outside. I'm just like, someone just light up a Camel Light because I'm going to rip through these jeans.
Because you talk about it in the book, just looking at the back cover, which is all I need for this prep, thank God, because we just got the book. Everything you say can and will be used against you in therapy. And that certainly some of this stuff would come out.
Yeah, that's 100%. I just started going to therapy, and it should just be called "Let's Talk About What Your Parents Didn't Do."
Yeah. My son may be getting a fetish for not flying commercial.
Yeah, that's how he gets hard as
Southwest. Oh, yeah.
Oh, put me on Spirit. I want to pay for my checked baggage.
Yeah, I've been a bad boy. Fiesta mix. Yeah, I've been naughty.
You guys ran out of snacks.
Yeah. We're doing a gate check. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be able to carry this bag on. Tell me it's not going to fit in that template. Tell me that bag's been bad. It's that big. It's not going to fit in that template. Oh, yeah.
Your son has the most regal fetishes.
Regal fetish.
He's like,
you didn't make that ascot right, did you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that monocle's got some schmutz on it, doesn't it? Done it. Yeah, buckle that spat again. Do it.
Oh, that wasn't a proper equestrian jump.
All right, well, I guess he's not answering that.
Yeah, you don't
I get
want
paranoid though. You don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know what you're going to say wrong or do wrong. That's going to be a whole fucking thing in his life.
Her life. They're just whatever it is. It's going to get spun into some sort of one-upsmanship, and whose parents were crappier.
Right.
It's like we do now. I mean, like you go like. Yeah, my dad never went to any Pop Warner football games. Oh, yeah, my dad used to show up drunk and start fights with the coach, and it's like it's a one-upsmanship of shitty parenting. So I'm sure that'll go on, even though our kids will never have anything they could legitimately complain about.
Yeah, but like that kind of, I love that because it's thinking like, it's like almost like cheering on sports teams when you're like, my team is so dominant. But when you have the shittier childhood, it's never a win with that argument. You're never like, yeah, fuck it, and that's what's up. That's why I'm way worse off than you are. Sometimes I'm like super jealous when they're like, yeah, my dad and I went to baseball games, then it just hurts. You're like, all right, fuck you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, my kids are going to be having like discussions with other like rich white adults going, oh, you got to take the helicopter to Catalina Island? Because we had to take the boat. Right. And that was almost 40. I mean, it was the fast boat, but it's still like 40-something minutes,
Getting off it was a different thing.
Yeah, it was a whole different thing.
Yeah, the drawbridge, we had to wait.
Yeah, once in a while, if the tide wasn't right, we'd have to wait a little bit. Yeah, and they call them docks, but they're really just they're floating death traps is what they are.
Do you ever worry about that? Your kids are going to have like too nice of a...
It is. They are. And all I do is, I'm a constant circle of information where I just go in there and I just go, I do a bunch of stuff like this. Like, you're never going to be able to stop them from... we couldn't go on vacation last year because my work schedule was just too crazy. So I told them we can go to Disneyland and we can get one of those liaisons.
Nice.
That you give them like $600 an hour and they walk you right to the front of the line and you can just go on every fucking ride without waiting in line, which is funny because it's like at a certain point lunch comes around. And you're like $600 an hour. And first off, who bought that bottled water and the corn dog for the bitch who's walking us around in the plaid skirt? Because at $600 an hour, she can buy her own goddamn bottled water and the corn dog. And then I'm the guy standing up after 14 minutes going, all right, well, that was a pretty dandy lunch. Let's get back to it. Right. And my wife and kids are like, we haven't even opened our chips yet. I'm like, eat them on the way to the Matterhorn. Let's go. So what I do all the time is all I can do to my kids is this. I go, look, my daughter will just say to me while she's watching her 75-inch plasma, Daddy, can you go to the kitchen and get me water? I'll just go, no, go get your own water. You're fine. Go get it. She'll go, oh, all right. And then every once in a while she'll say to the nanny, can you bring me and I'll go, no. You go get it and go thank her for whatever. And I'll say to them all the time, she's not your nanny. She's my nanny. I'm the one who pays her.
Right.
You understand? So you don't own her. So go thank her.
I own her.
Go thank her. Go tell her yes, please, and go address people this way and thank everybody. So I coach them all up all the time. And when they go like, "Oh, Daddy, get off my bunk bed," I'll go, "No, my bunk bed. I own everything in this house because I pay for everything in this house. So this is all mine. You're just living in it, and thank everybody." And they're good. They're pretty good with it. They're not.
You try to give them values, but they have no concept of money or anything.
But that's like kind of like a good old school approach of being like, hey, you appreciate this shit that you have in front of you because I paid for it. Because my mom would always do that. She'd be like, oh, that's that. Yeah, I paid for that when I worked those extra hours. That's mine right there. And you're like, all right, lady, I get it.
I paid for that box of condoms.
Yeah, I'm gonna go use them all
in that dental dam.
Just don't bang the bedpost against the wall again.
Yeah, I guess if you move the bed out.
Adam, we were talking earlier.
He was telling horrific stories before he got
his mom. He used to listen to his mom get railed when he was younger.
And then
at 11 years old, and just go out.
And then he would chain smoke.
Out back and chain smoke at 11 years old, Marlboro Reds.
Waiting for a 10.
I was 12 or 13, but yeah.
God, I'm so glad neither one of my parents ever had sex.
And these are random guys coming through, so it wasn't even mom
It was
and dad.
a long-term boyfriend. The only time I heard it.
Sorry,
It was a long-term boyfriend. I'm not making it sound like my mom, like I'm fucking high-fiving dudes on the way out.
And one time he yelled, "Hey!" like that, like it was going to stop, and it didn't.
Like I tried, she was above me, and I tried doing a call to arms.
So the long-term guy was the only guy you ever heard.
Ironically, it was the one that I hated the most was the one that I heard.
Right, but the parade of strangers would just fuck your mom in a van?
I don't know. Or their house. I'd usually be with a babysitter or like some sort of emotional Sherpa that would let me go when my mom would come home and be like, all right, adjust to this again. But there wasn't enough where I couldn't, my house was small enough I couldn't walk away from wherever it was. I had to go out back and my friend would steal cigarettes and we'd go smoke
Wouldn't she
cigarettes.
wait for you to just leave for a couple
What
hours?
am I going to take a walk? I was 12 and it was like 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, it's late at night.
Yeah, it
well,
wasn't.
They also were drinking screwdrivers at
in the
breakfast.
morning.
Listen,
while
that was my
he's trying to open up while he's trying to open up his birthday.
That was
gifts.
my 7th birthday. That was
Wow. Is your mom still around?
Yeah, she's still.
Now, I've written books in the past where, when you write a book, everything has to get vetted through an attorney that the publisher hires. So, if you said, I fucked Trisha Underwood in the ass, you need to vet that. You couldn't just put it out there.
Right.
They do a little investigation. So so what they would do is they read the whole book and they go, all right, did this happen? Did that happen? And they read the whole book and the lawyer just came back to me and said, I got a couple of questions. I said, yeah, go ahead. They said, are your parents litigious? So it was at that point I realized I must have talked a lot of shit about my parents if the lawyer was worrying about them suing their son. So is your mom litigious?
Yeah, I fucking hope not. But actually, yeah, I think kind of.
Well, because I don't know if she sobered up or put her legs back together, but either way, if she's got a prestigious gig, like she's running,
no,
she's not running Nabisco or anything like that.
No, not at all.
Because this could really damage her,
Yeah, her apply for fucking CEO of Hershey isn't gonna. No, she's a nanny, so she's fine.
She's fine until the parents of the kids she's nannying hear this.
It wasn't like
she might be Adam's nanny.
But it wasn't even like. But here's the thing: it wasn't like she was a rampant whore. She was just a single mom. So she dated,
trying to find a new father for you.
Yeah, I'm an only child, and so that's basically like your roommates. So she comes home and she's like, "Hey, this guy," and then you have dinner with the guy, and then you're like, "Well, I fucking watch enough TV to know what you guys are gonna go do." And then I never heard it, and then finally when I did hear it, I was like, "Oh, this is just fucking awful." And you're just stuck there. I can't be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go for a drive." I just had to go sit in the backyard.
Was this? I'm working on your age here. Is this pre-AIDS or during AIDS?
This is when they didn't have a name for it, but it was like
grids.
Yeah, it was just ripping through the gay community, but it wasn't. It hadn't touched.
Right.
It was like around. I want to say like 90, like 89, 90.
I always think about. There's two things. Sweetest time in our history is mid-Coke, pre-AIDS.
So 82?
Yeah, like Coke was good for you.
Mid-80s.
And AIDS hadn't been invented yet. I mean, think about how much fucking was going on.
Yeah. And
then I also think about there used to be a huge company that made dietary chocolates called AIDS.
AIDS, right.
And so the thing that was ripping through the gay community and just killing everyone was just called GIDS. It was like gay-related intestinal whatever, something. They called it disease or something like this. It was an acronym, you know. And then it was like a couple of years of just not knowing what to call it. Then at a certain point, they just went, we'll call it AIDS. And there had to be a moment where, like, the guy who ran AIDS Dietary Chocolate was just sitting in his office, like on a phone call, going, "We're opening more for we're looking at manufacturing in Korea now. We're opening a 2 million square foot facility." And like somebody came into the room, like sweating, going, "Boss, I need to talk to you. Hold on,
I'm making this deal.
I can't wait. This can't wait. Listen, I'm on the phone here. I got we're doing a huge we're doing another place in Mexico. It's 5 million square feet. Boss, this can't wait. I think it can. Now, hold on.
Yeah, do you think the phone call started with 87 is going to be the biggest year for AIDS that we've ever seen?
AIDS will be on the mouth and the tongues of every newscaster, every celebrity, we're looking, maybe Magic Johnson can endorse. We're looking at big name celebrities in the sports community.
We're going everywhere.
Is Rock Hudson still alive?
Easy might rap about it.
Easy. Who's put on a couple of pounds?
We got to play the commercial.
The AIDS fortune will reign supreme forever.
You've heard the commercial, right, Adam? I got to play for these guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but is it right here? No. Oh, no. Okay. We'll find it in 1 second because it is amazing. They spelled it AYDES, I believe.
Yeah, there was a Y in there.
All right, listen to this. From 82. Perhaps the most unfortunate name for a diet candy ever is the title of this.
I've tried fad diets, powders, pills. Still, my weight's been up and down like a yo-yo until the AIDS plan taught me how to take off weight and help keep it off.
AIDS may taste like a candy, but AIDS contains one of the most effective appetite suppressants you can buy. Yeah. And there's no stimulant in AIDS that could make you nervous.
With AIDS, I ate less, so the weight came off.
Oh, God. It's hauntingly accurate.
AIDS helps put me in control.
Let the AIDS plan teach you how to take off weight and help keep it off. Try peanut butter AIDS.
Try peanut butter AIDS.
The weight thing just really fucked with me.
Oh, how brutal is that?
That is fucking very unfortunate.
It had to be.
So do you know whatever happened to that company? Did they change their name and try, or they just said, fuck this? And just locked up their factories.
They changed your name to herpes. Yeah. And then later on, we're bitten again.
Yeah, it's a child bone cancer case. Yeah. That's what they called it.
Yeah. The mesothelioma was their next.
There's no way this stuff's bad for you. It's in all the walls.
Oh, is that unfortunate? Very funny.
That is fucking. I never even know there was a commercial for it. Either.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them online. We've gone down that road a few times with that. What else about the book, Adam Carolla? I want to make sure people buy this damn thing.
It's out today?
It is out today. It's funny. I mean, it's got a lot of humor in it. Anybody who's, but it's got a lot of wisdom in there. And I learned a lot from raising, or paying a nanny to raise a Guatemalan chick to raise my two kids. It is one of these things where you don't get a chance. Like you think, as a comedian, you're I'm gonna watch the news. I'm gonna read the newspaper. I'm gonna keep up on current events and stuff like that. The most you'll ever learn is take a couple of human beings, a boy and a girl, start them at age 0, put them in your house and observe them from 0 to now they're going to turn 9. But I'm just saying, the amount that you'll learn about human beings, about boys and girls and gender and all the amount of material you'll gain, nothing more than that.
Yep, absolutely. Daddy, stop talking, and other things my kids won't be getting.
And also the Newman documentary, Winning the Racing Life of Paul Newman.
That looks really good.
It's phenomenal.
What is that? Where is that available?
It's VOD and iTunes. And
it's already out.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Amazon, and you can see the trailer anywhere, and it's just 5 stars all the way across.
I saw the trailer.
Everyone just loves it.
It looks amazing. I didn't realize I could see it already.
I'm
too busy raising 2 kids, Adam Carolla. I get to watch movies.
How old are your kids, Opie?
5 and 2.5.
A little young. My kids enjoyed the documentary. The thing about the book and the thing about the doc is get it and expose it to your kids, because this Newman doc, you watch this thing and you look at Paul Newman's life and you go, that's how you should live your life, son and daughter. This is how you should approach it. He got into racing when he was in his late 40s. He humbled himself. He drove a Datsun 510. He wasn't a big hotshot or anything. Giving away over $400 million with his philanthropy. Was always just one of the guys in the pits and the crew, no big fanfare, stardom or anything. Won 4 national championships in his 50s and 60s. That's the guy we should all strive to be like, and we should just put your son and daughter just in front of that movie and go, see that? That's how you live your life.
Right. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the documentary because I didn't even know Paul Newman had this whole racing.
Did you get to
history?
Go to his old house or any of that, or talk to his family members? And...
We interviewed Robert Redford. We interviewed a lot of Jay Leno's and Patrick Dempsey's and guys who race now. We interviewed a lot of guys who raced with him and team owners, and he owned a whole Indy team. And I have his cars. I have 7 of his race cars. I drive his cars in vintage races. I'll be driving one of his cars at the big one, which is the Rolex Historics coming up at Laguna Seca out on the West Coast. And I restore his cars. I buy them, I restore them, I put them back together, I refurbish them, and then I race them. And,
that's a hell of a life.
It's fun. Yeah. You watch this movie and you will say, I had no idea. I had no idea how deep Paul Newman was into this. You'll be completely blown away. Tom Cruise is in it where he raced. He brought Tom Cruise over, and Tom raced for like 2 years with his team, Newman Sharp, back in the day. So it's just a ton of stuff in there that you never knew. He raced at Le Mans. His team won their class at Le Mans in 79. Probably the biggest race in the world. His Indy team won 8 national championships, and all. It just keeps going and going and going.
Didn't he have his own track up in Connecticut or something where he lived or something going on?
His home track was Lime Rock in Connecticut. It wasn't. He didn't own the track, but he lived in Connecticut, and that's where he raced. So that was kind of his home track. He did his last race when he was 83 years old.
Jeez, no kidding.
Yeah, and beat a bunch of Trans Am guys in a crazy modified Corvette. Like he was no joke. And
I got to tell you, that spaghetti sauce is fucking terrific.
And how great is it that he's still
a lot of his
giving?
Stuff is great. Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, from the grave. Right. I think he died in 2008. It probably made $50 million since he's been gone in popcorn and spaghetti sauce.
And the dressing. The salad dressing.
The whole story about the dressing and how he got started. He used to hang out because they would have to go to Summit Point and Laguna Seca and Road Atlanta, and they'd have to just set up the trailer and stay there the whole weekend. They had a motor home, and you'd have to be there for practice, qualifying, set the car up, race on Sunday. They'd be there from Thursday to Sunday. He used to cook for everybody. So he'd make burgers and that was his whole thing for the crew. They'd be like the circus would come in town, big semi trucks with the cars and the backup parts and the tires and everything. And he'd stay in a motorhome, and he'd cook for everyone and make his own salad dressing. So he began his salad dressing by making it at the track. And his co-driver's wife was a graphic artist, and she drew all the labels. Sam Posey, pretty famous driver. His wife drew all the labels and stuff. So the whole thing was sort of done within the racing community.
I had no idea until today.
Well, now you
I
gotta
thought
watch.
it was some big company that just said, let's have Paul Newman as our spokesman, and we'll make believe that he actually is hands-on, but he actually was hands-on.
He went to his team owner, Bob Sharp, and said, Bob Sharp knew Ken of Ken's Steakhouse, who Ken's does all his salad dressing, and he just said, I know this guy Ken. That's why if you look at the bottle, it's kind of the same.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah, so Paul was like, I want it to be in a weird wine split and this and that and the other, and Ken said, we got 3 bottles. Small, medium, and large. Actually, 2 mediums and a large. So if you want to retool this whole thing, you can, but I suggest one of these. And if you look at the Ken's bottles and the Newman bottle, it's
Ken wasn't
probably
having
got the
it.
same.
Ken
Right.
wasn't having it.
Ken's like, I don't care who you are. We can't make new bottles.
We ain't dealing with that shit.
They're not going to put
the
that shit on the
factories are all
shelf.
set for the R3 bottles. That's it.
And that came from his team owner, and like I said, the other guy drew it up. His wife drew it up, and they were off in the salad dressing business.
You just sold the movie because I'm not a big race fan. I'll watch a few races here and there, and I saw the trailer and I thought it was awesome. But now how you just explain this whole thing, I can't wait to watch this fucking movie.
It is
the
just
racing life of Paul
good.
Newman.
Yeah, and Willie T. Ribbs, the first black, everyone thinks I'm making that name up, the first black race driver to run at Indy, Willie T. Ribbs. I swear to God.
That sounds like, that's almost like how, that's like old school Disney racist.
Yeah,
like when they used to just go so over the top, they're like,
they weren't hiding it at all.
They're clearly just racist with this.
Sassafras. Willie T. Ribbs here.
That track is hot. I'm Willie T. Ribbs.
Was he good besides being the first black driver?
Yeah, he won a few national championships, and Paul broke down the color barrier and like got him a ride with Budweiser as a sponsor, and he won a bunch of races racing against Newman in his own class, like a really fast young black dude who was coming up but couldn't get the traction, pardon the pun, because probably they'd never seen a black face in that sport. So, and the first black driver to ever drive at Indy. So there's a whole second part of this that's in there. It's just a story.
Did Paul ever tell him, maybe you should change your last name if you want to go mainstream?
Or change your first name to Babyback.
Let's go all in.
Let's go all in. That's what I'm saying.
They're known for the names. You had Dick Trickle.
Yeah.
You had Dick Trickle. It worked well for him. Yeah. You would think someone would tell him to change that name.
Yeah, if anyone should have found Allah, it should have been Dick Trickle. That's like,
I mean, that's not...
people had to be going to like Cassius Clay. Like, no, that's a totally cool name. Like, no.
There's nothing cool about being named Dick Trickle.
No, Cat Stevens. That's an awesome name. No,
don't give that up.
Hold on, Dick Trickle, Dick Buckets, get in here. You guys, you need to find Allah, man.
There's like a Goodwill of names where you could hand it down. Why don't you pick up Cassius Clay?
Yeah, Luau Cinder. No, that's a cool name.
All right, we got to take a break. Adam Carolla, it's always it's great that you stopped by again, man. Daddy Stopped Talking and other things my kids want but won't be getting, and then the Paul Newman documentary. Anything else?
Get them both, and you can listen to my podcast whenever you like.
Yes, of course. How's that going?
Very well.
I saw they did a piece on those trolls on what was it, Sunday Morning or something.
Yeah,
they explained the whole thing, but you explained it on our show, where a whole industry was set up in this tiny little town in Texas. They went into the whole thing, the skating rink outside the courthouse that they were able to build on all the lawsuits that are coming to this town from the patent trolls.
Well, once again, the saddest part is not the patent trolls. It's like, I don't know. I don't blame the mafia or even the Mexican drug cartel. I blame our government for working with the patent trolls. At least the government is going against, they're fighting the mafia and they're fighting the Mexican drug cartels, working with the patent trolls. Yeah. That's the part that pisses me off. Of course, there's always going to be some guy on every corner trying to get money out of whoever's having a modicum of success. It's just the government is supposed to be on our side, not on their side. And then I think they finally came around.
Yes.
And now
it's getting a little better.
And now they pass some sort of legislation or something where, but for me, $650,000 worth of legal bills, 5 months before the government finally stepped.
It was actually John Oliver. That's right. Just hit me.
Oh, John
Oliver did a whole piece on it brilliantly. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's really funny. And talking about, well, it's not funny for Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
No,
those figures he just threw out.
It was funny how he presented the whole thing, though, to everybody, and how ridiculous the whole thing was, including where they were able to make this amazing ice rink in front of the courthouse from the money.
Yeah. Sad but true. But the podcast is going great. The books, the movies, Rode Hard, my movie, still out. You can see that one
I like
if
that.
you like.
I liked Rode Hard. That one I did see before you came in last time. So.
Well, you're going to love this one.
Okay. We're going to take a break. Maybe Adam will be here. Maybe he won't. I don't know. It's up to him.
Yeah. No, I'd love to. It's up to the guy with the schedule.
All right. We'll figure it out. We also have Dan Soder and Jim Florentine in studio. We'll be back. Got a few more minutes with Adam Carolla, and I want to remind the people that he's taping his the podcast at Caroline's. Tonight it's Artie Lang.
Yep.
Tomorrow it's Lisa Lampanelli. And then on Thursday night, you're screening the new documentary, which you just turned me on to. I'm definitely seeing this, Winning, The Racing Life of Paul Newman. You get to see it at Caroline's on Thursday.
Yeah, and I think after the shows, all three shows will do book signings and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to come out, get the book,
and they
see
get tickets. They get tickets to the live podcast taping still.
Nice.
Tickets are available.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to sell. It's going to sell. We don't even have to promote it. Jesus.
Yeah, people knew that it was actually you can come to sit in the audience and all that shit. So.
Did you guys hear about the story of B.B. King? They're saying that he might have been poisoned by him.
Really?
They're now saying that he might have been poisoned. B.B. King's kids think his AIDS, not AIDS, but his AIDS, poisoned him after stealing $30 million.
Jesus. But wasn't he like 87 years old?
That's why I'm bringing it up.
How
could have been anything he ate.
Yeah,
that's ancient for a blues musician. 80, I think he was like 85.
Well, the thing about black musicians, they either die in their mid-20s or late 90s.
There's no middle ground.
There's never hear about, Buddy Blackman died at age 49 or 51.
Right. Yeah, had a heart attack at 42.
His guitar Gertrude will be buried with him. He died in a wakeboarding accident on his 50th birthday.
He was
perfect health.
He was 89.
Yeah.
89.
Even worse.
Right. The average black dude dies at like 70. That's pretty...
Larissa, who's his daughter, I believe my father was poisoned and that he was administered foreign substances. Come on. Patty King and Williams say in an identically worded section of affidavits. All right. Oh, Larissa's the lawyer. Okay.
So I
believe my father was murdered. By the way, 89 in bed.
Yeah, talk about not letting go of your parent dying.
How does that when you hatch that plan, like when one of the aides comes up to the other aide and says, "Listen, I'm thinking about poisoning BB," or we could wait till the weekend, and he'd be dead.
Damn it, Julie! I'm an impatient man. Start putting this in his food.
There are good odds he's not going to see the 4th of July, but
he won't die.
Yeah, there was no voice of reason. They go, let's just wait this out.
Yeah. He's a morbidly obese man of color who's 89 years old.
Played in smoky clubs for 55 years.
I want to poison him. Or somebody could make a Popeye's chicken run, and we could just put him in the ground this evening.
I know dietary restrictions that will end this.
That guy eats one more piece of fried catfish, and he's gone, Daddy.
I was at the doctor's visit. I know what he needs.
This, by the way, is why I always say I want the Menendez brothers let out of prison.
Why?
Because their parents had to be horrible. Yeah. They had to be worse than your mom. They really did. And absentee father.
I should have Menendez them in the bedroom.
What I'm saying is I have twins. If at some point my daughter walks up to my son when my wife and I are in our 50s and they're in their, they're 17 years old and says, "Hey, I was thinking maybe this weekend I'd buy a shotgun and we could waste Mom and Dad while they were watching Falcon Crest and eating Haagen-Dazs, say about 7 o'clock Sunday night." And my son says, "I'm listening."
One shotgun or two?
Yeah. That means we've done a fucking piss poor job of raising these kids. Like, the one kid could have a screw loose, but the other kid going, "Okay, so what time Sunday?" And Mom and Dad, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah.
To be completely on the same page.
They
that's
must
very suspicious.
Nature or nurture, either way, these guys should be out on the streets, right?
Yeah. Not even just take out one. You want both. They were that bad.
Both. I want them both out of prison. And again, if they both thought it would be a good idea to waste Mom and Dad with a shotgun, yeah.
Are you trying to turn the Menendez brothers into vigilantes? Like, do you want them cleaning up the streets?
Heroes and martyrs.
You're giving them an A-team storyline. You're like, they were the best parent murderers, but they were wrongly convicted.
Then they turned to the L.A. Underground.
Welcome to Menendez.
I always love the idea that they're roaming the LA Underground in the A-team. You have one guy's driving they're driving like a canary yellow Corvette. The other's in a two-tone van. And they're living at the end of a cul-de-sac where they got a black guy with an anchor chain around. You think anybody in a 10-mile radius of oh, you mean, yeah, the guys with the custom van, the gay guys at the end of the house? Yeah. one guy's name's Face. The other guy's some black guy's probably the top, I guess. It's got a ton of chains. Yeah, those guys. Yeah, they live at the end of the cul-de-sac.
We just thought they were a European sector.
Yeah, they're constantly doing burnouts in that two-tone van. Yeah, sure, MPs. We see these guys all day.
How did you guys not know about them?
You can see these guys from outer space. Right?
These are self-advertised,
hiding in plain sight.
Holy shit!
Plus, they have rampant PTSD from Vietnam. They're coming back. Right. You don't think these guys are slipping up?
I missed that show. Where were we? Yeah, the A-team.
The Menendez. We were talking about you turning the Menendez Brothers.
No, but what I'm saying,
I think they should be out of prison.
It's been long enough. Like, first off, if you kill sort of within your family, like, you know what I mean? Like, we all do that thing where we turn on the news and it's like people are randomly stabbing other people in the neck who are just waiting for buses. You're freaked out, right?
Yeah,
like there was that whole thing about the sniper. And the Beltway sniper.
Yeah.
It's like,
sniper.
Guy just gets out of the car and he's filling up his car with gas and bullet through the neck. Like, he didn't even know the guy. Like, that freaks everyone the fuck out because it's totally random, right? But when you hear about the girlfriend and the boyfriend and they got into it and she ended up stabbing him while he was asleep, you're like, well, as long as I'm not married to that drunken whore, I'm fine. Right?
I could sleep at
So
tonight.
if you're killing within the family, let's put an 8-year max on that one.
All right.
Because meaning he's not going to go and kill anybody else. He took care of his problem.
Do you think the Menendez brothers are going to go on a killing spree?
Hell no. They had major problems with their fucking parents.
That whole DC sniper thing, when they were talking about it, and they're like, what do they tell the children? Because it's so random. Like, what do you tell your child? He's going to walk to school or wait at the bus stop? Like, what are we supposed to tell our children? I said, use it in your favor. Tell him he only shoots kids who don't clean the room.
That lady outside the Home Depot didn't do her homework.
That's right.
And she got picked off.
That's right. That's right. So that way you get a clean room and the kid has peace of mind walking to school and statistically probably not going to get shot anyway.
Right.
Yeah, then he's running to every fucking between like the car and the house like he's a politician going. Yeah.
That whole, what are you going to tell the children? That drives me nuts. The answer is you don't tell them anything. For most of these fucking things.
Right. Yeah, don't tell them
It's not on
shit.
their radar until you bring it up.
I hate, by the way,
There's BB, by the way, on the TV now. There he is, 89 years old. He looks in horrendous shape, and that's from 25 years ago.
Yeah.
He looks like he's asleep.
That was a black and white clip.
That's him playing Reagan's inauguration.
And they're taking this. Why wouldn't the news do what we just did? Why are they taking this as a serious thing?
Because
B.B. King's daughter's alleged singer was poisoned. 89-year-old black guy out of shape.
Yeah.
They need 24 hours of programming. So they're going to keep bringing this up.
But why can't you at least go, well, this is fucking ridiculous. Back to you.
I'm not sure if you know how the news works. You can't say that every story.
It's not all satellite radio.
I just want them to do that just every once in a while.
Just a fed up anchor?
Please, yes.
You might lose your gig in the first several months.
I know.
It probably wouldn't even take several months of you going, well, that's fucking ridiculous. Anyway.
Well, why are we showing the same 5 minutes of riot footage over and over again so they think it's real and happening right now?
Yeah, and by the way, weather guys, is your last name really Sky? And secondly, winds out of the southeast at 3 knots. Do you think anyone gives a shit about 3 knots or even knows what a knot is?
Even if they're doing that with the last names, at least bring in like real Native Americans. So it's like Colin Falling Sky.
Well,
yeah.
Well, how about
he could dance if we needed some rain. Like,
from the west comes a great wind that will wipe you through. This fucking sounds like it could be real.
How about Blue-eyed devil will
It should
pay.
be the anchor just going, look, nobody flies kites anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about the wind.
But how about
you can't even find them anymore.
How about we start with this? Let's all stop making believe we still get the weather from the fucking TV.
Yeah,
no one does.
Or the time.
You look at your fucking phone. You're done with it in seconds.
I like when they do the high and the low, of the record high, 1929. They're like, well, everyone who was there is dead, so no one gives a shit about that. There's no one watching this going, oh, yeah, I remember that Tuesday. Super hot.
We've got to poison BB before he remembers the coldest day in May.
I remember that day I was going to take my giant hoop and run it down a cobblestone road with the help of a stick, but I thought, it's too hot outside. I'll just have some more sweet tea.
Yeah, the fucking
coldest 1951 on this day. I just love that one. Right, okay, it's not today.
That was always the thing my mom cared the most about was when the news was on was weather. She would just shut me up.
For what reason, though?
I don't know. This was before phones.
It's not good fucking weather. Well,
yeah,
God damn it!
No.
I knew I was trying.
You know why? She knew you were going to be on the patio smoking cigarettes, so she was getting railed. She didn't want you to catch a cold.
She's like, "Hey, by the way, Dan, humidity's low tonight, so you might be able to go out there and relax a little bit."
Right, we got nor'easter blowing in, so you better bring a poncho.
Yeah, looks like you're
sucking a lot of cock.
Looks like you're in the garage tonight.
Look, I can't fuck you tonight. It's 20 degrees out. I can't put my son on the patio again.
Put him out back.
Can I just blow you? Yeah. He's downstairs. Why?
Let's just go sit in your car in the driveway.
Poor Dad.
You see the boyfriend building a windbreak out there. You know what I mean? It's 3-sided. It'll keep the wind off you.
No, I saw it in a Tough Shed commercial. You can ride a dirt bike over
I got you one of those lighters they use for crack pipes. So even if there's like 14 knots coming out of the south, you can still get your Winston lit up. No problem. Right on your mom.
My 13th birthday, they gave me a generator. Just go outside.
It's like a duck blind, or you ever been ice fishing? Yeah, it's like one of those sheds. We got a little space heater for you. We even drew a little black circle on the floor. It's like you're fishing for trout.
You can put your own posters up on the wall.
One of those guys like, hey Dan, I want to show you how to start a fire. Come out back.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, mister. You're the best. Oh, yeah. How'd you learn how to start a fire? Oh, my mom's boyfriend.
Yeah, here's a pack of marshmallows. Have fun.
Oh, yeah, so anyway, 2 toots on the van horn lets you know I've came. 1 means I'm still, I'm not done, so.
Those guys are pitching in their Marlboro miles.
That's right.
Here you go. That's for a bigger jacket.
I know. You got the tent.
Yeah.
Do we just hug you after the show today, Dan?
No, it's fine. I love reliving it.
You're hanging in there.
This is fucking hilarious.
Oh, man. Fucking funny.
That's what drove me to smoking. It wasn't Camel Joe. It wasn't any of the cartoons.
And her men that were coming through the house.
It was just one guy. It's not men. It was one dude. Stop acting like my mom. I'm not Pryor. It wasn't like my mom was my grandma was running a brothel.
Just one guy with a 14-inch cock.
Just a dude who knew what he was doing. Just fucking laying it down upstairs.
You ever think that maybe after the first time, your mom's like, look, let's get an Allen wrench and tighten up the bedpost so he doesn't hear it?
That's why I was hoping the OK would do something. Like, okay, all right. No. Like, oh, we got it. It's fucking kicking here shit.
She ignored the okay.
Oh man, it was worse.
Now I'm being told you do have to go.
Oh, okay.
Right, Travis? Adam's a very busy guy. The new book is Daddy Stop Talking and Other Things My Kids Want But Won't Be Getting. Looks like it's a very funny book.
It is.
I was kind of perusing a little bit during the break. So we got that and the Paul Newman documentary, which has sold me on. Absolutely. The Racing Life of Paul Newman. Adam Carolla taping his podcast tonight at Caroline's. He's got Artie Lang. Artie started doing our show only recently. Fuck.
That
he
guy's
is
funny.
good. He's got a million great stories.
Yeah.
So you'll have a good time with him, obviously, tonight. And then tomorrow it's Lisa Lampanelli. And then Thursday night at Caroline's, it's you get to see the new documentary, Winning, The Racing Life of Paul Newman at Caroline's.
Love it, guys. Cool. And I'll be signing the books the whole time I'm there, too.
All right. Adam Carolla, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Great, man.
We're not going to break, so I guess you awkwardly just leave, I guess. Sorry about that. Adam Carolla, everyone. See him at Caroline's. Fucking funny. Those stories are fucking great. The BB King.
I know.
There can't. I mean,
89, and they think he might.
Do you
have
think
been
this is just his kids not letting go of the fact that he's dead?
Yeah, but you got all this weird shit too, and
not even that. I could have really bored up the story because one of the lawyers is like, "Oh, they've been doing this shit their whole fucking lives."
Do you think they just
who the kids?
Yeah.
Well, they said the AIDS took like 30 million or something from them.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
The kids will probably want, when someone dies, everybody's after the money, this and that.
It's just a cash
Everyone
grab.
gets crazy, all these thoughts in their head, so who knows what's going on. Until they do an autopsy, I'm sure they'll do an autopsy, figure out he didn't get poisoned, then he'll be fine.
Yeah. The De Niro thing, is that worth playing? He really told college graduates, as he was the speaker, that they're fucked?
Yeah.
That's great.
Where are you, Sammy?
That's hilarious. That's how
no?
fucking...
Yeah.
No, you're not over there. You're over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam's Corner.
Sam's Corner. Let's go to Sam's Corner.
Look at it.
Mission Control is what it's called.
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
It's called Sam's Corner.
My whole thing is they said, hey, we'll redo the studio for you. I'm like, awesome. This is all I fucking want in the end. The equipment that works, and let's cut down the size of this fucking place because it's a smaller room to begin with. So we cut down the furniture to make it, more roomy. And then they put a huge Mission Control in the middle of the room.
We need a lot of space here for Mission Control.
That is a huge setup.
I'm keeping this ship afloat, boys.
No, you're not.
What the fuck is over there that they needed all that? There's so much bulky equipment in front of them.
There is a lot of bulky equipment. There's a lot of space too, like in this thing.
Yeah.
This is just my hand moving in empty space.
That's where you can put your tchotchkes, all your fun little office stuff.
I'll put my little bobblehead in there.
Yeah.
Wait, can't they just move the monitors down to the table then?
No, we need it for Mission Control.
I really hate that.
But you just
keep
put your
calling.
hand in there and it looked very hollow. Can't they put that underneath?
No. We need the space. It brings out the echo bouncing off here. Brings out the acoustics in my vocals the way I want it.
Just to infuriate everyone listening.
That's right.
What do you got on the De Niro? So was he fucking around?
Yeah, he was being charming, but some of the people, he was speaking at Tisch at NYU. And there are some people that are debating whether or not it was appropriate that Bobby D use such coarse language.
They're 22-year-old kids.
But,
what are they talking about?
This is an esteemed ceremony.
I hate that shit where they bring up language like that's the fucking problem, and not the fact that they have these supercomputers by the time they're fucking 8 and having no human relation. That's the problem. An F word. That's that fucking dumb... like blue laws shit where they keep old, still no alcohol on Sundays, too much sexuality on TV, and then it's all this other fucked up shit where you're like, oh, well, we don't have to worry about that. I think that's such bullshit.
Well, who's complaining from it, Sam? Do you know? Is it the?
There are some of the students and some of the parents were like, I don't know if that word was appropriate for a commencement speech.
I think Dan's rant, though, could almost be in the middle of a hip-hop song.
Yeah, son.
He just missed it. I think he just missed it.
It wasn't quite long. He needed an extra 5 seconds.
You were almost there.
We're coming together. Just like a lot of that.
You got to listen to the replay. There's a guy in the studio right now that's in the middle of a hip-hop song. Legit.
Wait, you are?
Yes, he is.
What song?
Funky dog shit.
That's the name of the artist or the song?
What's the name of the song? Where have you been?
Oh, I don't know. Being a white dude that only gets fucking the popular hip hop. Sorry, I'm not down at the record store. I don't even know if those exist anymore.
It's Zepp's Avenue U, funky like dog shit, and in the middle of the hip hop song, you get a little taste of Florentine ranting.
Okay, but if you call it a hip hop song again, that's the most disgusting thing. It's a rap song.
It's a hip hop song.
It's not a hip hop song.
I see it. They're hipping.
Sam, is it a rap or a hip hop song?
Opie does sound mighty white when he says
thank you, Sam.
A hip hop song. I like that you. Dan was like, exactly, and Opie was like, thank you.
No, thank you. I don't mind sounding white.
But it's a rap song, Sam?
You'd be, I mean, you just call it a song. You'd be like,
Sam doesn't like it.
Oh, that's how progressive you are. You just call it a song. There are no genres in music.
No, but any of you know.
What would you call it?
I'd call it a song. I would be
what
like,
would you call
he
it?
would call it garbage.
Look,
he made it very clear he doesn't like
Florentine's a rap.
So, you'd be like, hey, listen to this rap song that Florentine's in.
Really listen to this song by Zeps. It's called "Funky Like Dog Shit."
Okay, so Sam, what if someone says, "What kind of music is it?"
If I say what kind of music, then you would say hip hop.
Oh,
that's true.
So you don't say rap.
No, you would say, if you say what kind of music is it, you'd say, oh, it's hip hop.
So I was right.
So but you wouldn't call it a hip hop song.
Yeah,
you wouldn't call it a hip hop song.
Shut up and listen to the rant. Florentine's a big star today. Go back.
Keeping me down, white man.
Yo, I only need pen and paper to make it bang bang. You can talk about guns and drugs and how your See what I say, I do.
Wait a minute.
Why'd you go
All
all
right, stop. This is our pal Zeps. I know this guy. I'm an idiot. He's done a lot of great shit for us over the years. And he is fucking talented.
When?
Huh? I think he did the Opie rap.
Is he a hip hopper?
He's good.
Or is he a rapper?
We've played a shitload of his stuff. He did some of the E-Rock remixes. I'm stupid.
I want to hear some of his R stuff.
Huh? Put Zeps and Opie and Anthony in the search.
Where's the ramp, though?
We'll get to it. But now I feel like an idiot. I like this guy a lot, and we were sort of making fun of him a little bit.
We're not making fun of him. I'm making fun of the way you talk about rap music. You call it a hip-hop song.
Where the fuck?
He apparently did an E-Rock titty song?
Here, play that. I don't know, though. Fuck, I can't remember what he did. It's driving me nuts. People are probably screaming at us on Twitter. They know. Do you got the E-Rock tits song?
Cake and pie and chocolate and sweets. That is what E-Rock likes to eat. All for himself, he ain't sharing a bit. That's why he has tits, he's a fat piece of shit.
See, that's very, very good.
Yeah.
I think that was him. It
comes
up
Zeps, yeah.
It says Zeps,
okay. And what else? He's fucking great. For real.
Oh, he's done stuff for Boomer and Carton.
No, he's been around. He's very good. Oh, Zeps, I apologize, man. We're
for calling it a hip hop song.
Hip hip.
I'm not the brother to rip.
Anyway, this is his real shit. Like he's good at the parodies and all that. He's done a lot. He's done other stuff. Fuck, we could if E-Rock was here, you would know. But anyway, play the part with the Florentine.
Better pay mine too. Ride the beat. Then I blaze right through. When I spray rhymes, you say.
The bottom line with the hip hop and the black community, look, they're always trying to be cool. You know, as far as white people are, we're kind of corny. So they want to make up their own language because it's like, yeah, no, those white people, they do corny stuff. So we're going to come up with our own stuff, which is fine. I get it. But if you think about it, I mean, these words that they come up with are fucking cornier than anything else.
That's fucking great. That's great.
There you go.
I always used to talk about that with the Lucas brothers. We used to talk about that. Would you rather be mentioned in a hip hop song or have an athlete thank you after a championship? And that's like one of the coolest things that can happen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had no idea where it came from, but now that he's associated with the show, now I get it.
Yes, he's good, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that's awesome, though.
Yeah.
And did you know you were going to be in that song?
I had no idea. Somebody sent it yesterday.
That's great.
Like you're in a hip-hop video, rant, and I'm like, I just played it. I'm like, holy shit.
Your voice sounds awesome in it, too. That's the way to go, because usually you could sound bad.
Yeah, it was. I guess they took it from my podcast, like a clip from my podcast or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big fan of the show.
That's fucking great. That's a great rap song. No, that didn't sound right.
See, I told you. You wouldn't say rap song.
But I call him a rapper.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you call it a rap song.
So, Sam, who's a rapper and who's hip-hop? Is Jay-Z a rapper or is he a hip-hop artist?
Well, no, rappers are hip-hop artists.
Okay.
But you don't use rap anymore because it's...
This is the whitest conversation we could have.
That's why we just call it a song to avoid any sort of...
Well, is anyone going to get mad if you go, that's rap instead of that's hip-hop?
It just sounds...
Nobody would get offended.
It's not a matter of being offended. It's a matter of sounding corny.
You did this, too.
So what's the real word to use?
It depends on the context.
See, it's hip-hop is cornier, that word, than rap. Rap is like, the fucking rapper.
No, it's not.
You know what, it is. Hip hop is like white people just trying to be like, all right, I don't want to say rap anymore because that means black people. So let's just say hip hop.
Hip hop's like when you say like African American people as opposed to like black people.
Hip hop is a more all-encompassing term.
Well, I mean that's just
that's your thing.
That's just crazy.
What are we talking about?
That's just rural.
Say colored.
That's just rural living. That's blending your brain.
Fuck! I thought we were having an open discussion about words.
That's not as much.
He also did this, and I'm a fool for forgetting this too. Oh wait, he did my.
It's the worst little show from town. Ride the elevator, the host is Opie Radio. Making people feel old now. Who's the next guest that will take the ride down?
He did my intro for my elevator show.
Man, this guy's all right.
Try to bring back. Yeah, I know Zeps. He's good. Fuck, I feel like an idiot.
Well, you just proved your loyalty.
This is almost a Chandler moment, Sam.
Almost, but you didn't say anything bad except rap song, hip hop song.
I said hip hop, which is correct terminology. That and colored.
You're like, no. You asked no.
What happened? Both wrong or one wrong?
Oh,
Which one's wrong?
Completely wrong.
Which one's wrong?
Completely both are wrong.
So that's cool. For real.
Yeah, absolutely. Is he allowed to say for real, or is that kind of making...
He's allowed to say whatever
Why
he
is
wants.
Sam the person that we're...
I don't know. Everybody's looking at me.
Because he's...
I'm in mission control, so everybody's looking at me for the answers.
I want whatever mission control you're controlling to crash.
I'm controlling this mission.
He's made it clear he's the coolest man in the room. So
I mean,
he's made that very clear. So
he's L.A. He came back all Hollywood.
We're just assuming that now. He's the coolest man in the room.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I will fight tooth and nail to argue that.
Well, I don't know how this was bestowed upon me. I just started getting questioned.
Because you're in the corners. Everyone looks to you now.
Mission control?
Yeah, you got the coolest... Like, that looks cool.
Look at all this
Space
space I got.
shit, but it looks cool.
It's like first class back here.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's the sidecar. You're riding in the sidecar of this
way.
radio studio.
This is JetBlue Mint.
No, you should have one of those goggles on.
Yeah, now he's in the jump seat.
Yeah,
plane.
exactly.
Sam, what did I say, though? I said high top table with a laptop over there, right? You remember me saying that?
Kind of, but then I think it was just transferred into a Sam Roberts suite.
I like the thought of you giving the plans and then Sam coming after you and giving a different schematics. Like, no, you should have this built.
We're going to need a lot more space than that, gentlemen.
It's so big. When I walked in, I thought that was where E-Rock was going to be now.
Yeah.
Like they got rid of that room, and that's where he was going to be. And I'm like, wow, they put him in here now.
So
I did.
Do you know what that implies?
Yeah, it was an unintentional fat joke that
That's
he
right.
nailed.
You thought it had to be bigger to fit E-Rock.
No, I just thought that they actually moved that. That's how big this area is.
No, there's not even a mixer over here. Plenty of counter space for whoever wants
No,
it.
it looks like you're riding one of those motorcycles that have the three wheels.
Yes.
Whatever the fuck they're
ones that
officially
are-
called.
the
Trikes or whatever. It looks like you're sitting on one of those.
Look at this. I can put my keyboard here long ways and still have plenty of room.
Just that classic Sam air drumming.
Yeah, that's what I told him I needed.
Is that a hip hop beat you're doing or a rap beat? With your hands there.
It would be a hip hop beat.
That's okay.
It wouldn't be a rap beat. Rap
right.
is like with lyrics. You can't. It's just rap beat. That's ridiculous.
Jesus.
Look at all this.
All right.
Plenty of room for my papers.
It's giant. It's the only thing. Everything else is fucking perfect. They nailed it. And then that.
Then up here too.
It is huge.
I need different acoustics.
It's its own radio station.
Yeah, it is. This is a studio back right here.
That's better than some of the studios they have in this building.
Like for my Ozzy's Boneyard show, I do the voice tracking studios. This is bigger.
Yeah.
You got those little cubicles. You just go in.
You have to go in one of those?
If I don't do it at home, I do it in a voice tracking
I usually
studio.
don't get claustrophobic, but that seemes like a little fucking weird.
I walk by him.
They're
Down
like
the
little
hall.
old school phone booths.
It's
And they
crazy.
do radio shows in them.
Look what I can do. Look at Opie's board. Look at it move. That's being controlled by Mission Control.
What the fuck?
Mission Control.
You didn't know that, did you?
No, I'm not happy about that.
That's
Mission Control. I told him I needed that control.
that's great. Is that the only one you can do, though?
Just the one, but still.
Okay.
All right.
It's pretty amazing.
We're going to end. When's your show start? Soon? A couple weeks?
Monday.
Next Monday.
Yeah,
It's
this
here
coming
already.
Monday.
Yeah,
June
Sam's got his
1st.
own show finally.
What time?
Noon.
Ooh.
And what is it? Just a Sam Roberts show?
Sam Roberts show every day starting on Monday.
Every day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From
Nice.
when to when? Noon to what?
It's time.
Noon to 2. Maybe till 3.
Making changes. It's time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sammy,
Sam's
getting
gonna-
a show.
So you'll also get some guests that can't get in here in the morning, that are around
Right.
in the afternoon.
Right.
All that shit.
And I may be
Nice.
broadcasting the entire show from Mission Control. We'll see. There's plenty of
hope so.
space.
I hope they make you stay at that dumb little island so you can drum.
All right. Florentine, fucking great, man. What a fun day. JimFlorentine.com, but you're promoting.
Well, yeah, my
your
YouTube
sheets.
channel. I got my
Right.
web series up there. Check it out at Jim Florentine on YouTube, and then I'll be on Louis this Thursday night.
It's a big
on
episode.
FX.
Season finale.
I'm super excited to see that episode.
Season finale.
After you were telling me off air, like all the stuff that's in it.
Yeah.
It sounds fucking aw. It sounds like it was written by a comedian that's been through.
Basically, Louis is, exploring, being a comic on the road. And,
Yeah.
and he runs into Florentine. Then we could say that much at least.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's fucking
Then
great.
there's some twists and turns. Any colors in the
I mean,
episode?
Jesus.
We don't say it though. That's not that's
there.
not what we say.
It's fucking really going.
I don't think so. I'm trying to think.
No. I can't keep up with this shit. My grandma once said that. Made me laugh so hard. But she was old school. I swear not. Well, I think I think everyone has racism in them. So I can't say not a racist bone in their body. Because I think everyone has racism in them. But her racism was minimal at best. And my mom and dad started taking in tenants, and we had a black girl in our house for a while. And my mom came home, and my grandma said the colored girl was looking for you. Jesus. And then my mom got really mad and said, her name is... And I forgot what her name was, but it was one of those African-American type names. One of those Negro names.
I mean, you just keep going.
Why are you doing that?
One step forward and then names. 4 steps back.
But the point being, my mom got mad at my grandma for, calling her the colored woman when she had, obviously, one of those Negro names.
I mean,
should have been...
Or just a name. She just had a fucking name.
And she should have been...
Hip-hop name?
A rapper name.
And then she said...
What?
I can't keep up with these names. I can't keep up with this anymore. Is that what your grandma said at that point?
Well, my grandma then said something like, "Oh, I thought that was the mouthwash." Jesus. I didn't realize people were named after mouthwash.
Grandma,
like that.
Real old school. Real fucking sticking to her points, huh?
To make my point, if she was alive today, she'd be 105. So, you know.
My grandma, we were going to a 49ers game. This was like 3 years ago. I was driving her to a 49er game. We were in San Francisco. We had the windows down. She's lived in San Francisco since fucking 1930.
Before the gay.
Yeah, before. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know when it started up there. But our windows were down because it was like a hot day, and this lady laughed, and my grandma just looks over and goes, "Huh. I could tell by her laugh that she was an Oriental." Like, yeah, it's not the way you say that anymore, Nana. But it was just like an old school way of like.
But they don't mean it.
Hey, I told her, I go, say Asian. And she goes, but she's Oriental. I go, no, she's Asian. She's an Asian person.
Guys, lay off. That's the greatest generation.
No, I don't like Sam and his. I'm going to go attack his fucking.
We got to go.
His little hut.
Mission Control is ending the show.
Travis says we got to go. So Florentine, Louis Thursday's the biggie,
and then stand-up dates in Miami, Baltimore, Lancaster, PA, and Omaha, Nebraska, June and August, June and July. Go to JimFlorentine.com.
Yeah, for all the dates. Dan Soder.
DanSoder.com.
When you coming back, you son of a bitch?
Next week.
Oh, come back next week. Comedy Works in Denver. You want that to sell out.
June 18th through June 20th. And then I'll also, I'll be at Bonnaroo. And then I'm also doing Raleigh, North Carolina in July. So DanSoder.com.
Do you have any of those dark chocolate edibles with the almonds?
I got a fucking great chocolate chip cookie that'll get you fucking zooted.
I want the dark chocolate with the almonds.
All right. I don't run a fucking edible.
That's why you're going to Denver.
Oh, I'm going to, and I'm going to.
Are you allowed to fly home with that shit?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. So dark chocolate with almonds? All right. I'm going to 2 places. I'm going to L.A. and Denver. Both have edibles.
All right. And thanks to Adam Carolla. He just fucking killed it as well. This was fun, man. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.